All right, welcome back to the RPL Draft Podcast, Season 8. We got 18 drafts to go through, so we're gonna get started. I got Greg here, and I got Muck here. Say hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And anyone else in voice, feel free to join in if we're talking about your draft, or maybe if we missed something like very egregious, but otherwise, don't want it to be too chaotic. Okay. Where should we start? Crown was, I think, first in draft, or in the voice. So let's just go with Crown.
Sure.
Okay. First thing, he's one of a few drafts that actually have like 12 like usable Pokemon. I think Oz is maybe like the only other draft I think that has that, which is nice. I mean, 12 is like a lot. Like you don't really need it, but it lets you be unpredictable, which I like. He's got fine speed. I usually start off with speed in a draft just because I think it's so important. He's got 3 over 100. His priority is really good. Double pranksters, pretty cool. His power's pretty good overall. Like Urshifu is just such a huge threat. His setup is a little lacking. Like Crobat sets up, but it's weird. Torn Eye like can set up, but well, Torn Eye is a fine setup. What else am I missing here in the offense?
I mean, other than the fact that Urshifu single strike hits pretty hard, I think it was even like banned in a couple tiers.
It's banned right now. It's in Ubers in the OU.
Yeah.
Or it's in Ubers in the game. But he's also got Sylveon and Mamo. You already said Mamo, right?
Yeah, like he's got a lot of threats, especially physical. Urshifu, Mamo, Bayonet, Mega Bayonet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Heatran, Sylveon, Raikou, Tauren hits all really hard in the special set too.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like most of his power is physical, and then all of his speed is special, or at least most of his speed is special.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's not a big deal. Yeah, it's okay.
No, you can still fire off like a hurricane from Tornadus to be fine.
Yeah.
I don't
So yeah,
think
like
you're
the
hurting
offense
on that.
is pretty nice. Like a little above average. He's got like 3 pivots, which is fine. Could be better.
Wait, which ones are the pivots? Tornai, Crobat, and what? Oh, Raikou. Oh, okay. So.
I guess Raikou, yeah. With Volt Switch, yeah.
They're decent pivots, pretty good.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I mean, you really need pivots on a team with Urshifu, because like whenever that thing coming in, it's gonna get a kill.
But yeah, like his defense is where I have problems. Like he just doesn't really have much of a defensive core at all. Like he only has recovery on Crobat and Sylveon. And I don't know, he just doesn't have a lot of things to switch in and take hits.
I feel like he's almost like running AV Raikou or something.
Yeah, which is fine, but I don't know. I think he just gets worn down.
I don't really like the draft all too much because I have some issues. Like, what are you going to do defensively? Like, how I feel like once something is in, it'll likely, maybe take something out with it. And I think you can run something like Heatran defensively. It has like some pretty solid, like, almost stally sets with like Toxic and like your Fire Spin moves, like your Trap moves, like, what is it, Magma Storm? So like it can be fine, but I also have a big problem with Mega Banette. I used it a couple seasons ago, and it was really appealing because of its high attack stat, but I feel like it doesn't use it well enough at all. And then your ability is like practically useless if you want to run it offensively, because you're going to be like, oh, what do you do? Prankster Thunderwave?
Well, it's a good, like, you use it offensively, then you debond, and then it gets another kill.
I guess.
Doesn't it like not get a lot of coverage? Like it kind of just gets like...
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, the Mon's trash, but it's 4 points. It's not
right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's good for a 4-point Mon, but also like it is as Mega, so like I don't know. You'd like to.
I would have liked to see him like maybe take some of the points from like Chestnut, Flareon, and Dreadnought, and if you can just get like a Mega Gyarados instead, and then like sack the last couple. I'd prefer that. I feel like he'd be a lot more threatening that way. Other than you wouldn't have a Ghost type, but I don't know. I didn't do the math on points exactly.
Yeah. Like I kind of I actually like, and then like going into his hazards, he's got good hazards. Like he's got rocks on a couple things. He's got T Spikes Crobat.
I
Um,
don't think Crobat gets too big.
really?
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
No.
okay. Or no, Wheezing though gets T Spikes, right?
Let me check. I think it does.
Yeah, I knew something had T
Yeah.
Spikes. Um,
I know
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
does,
it does,
yeah.
it does, it
yeah,
does.
and like his removal's like pretty decent. Wheezing, Crobat. Is
Is
there something
Galarian
else?
rounded? Because I know base
It
freezing
has
isn't.
Levitate.
It has, yeah. It doesn't
I
always
mean,
run it.
that's
Or
it's
it could
not
get
like
Misty Surge, right?
yeah, it's got Levitate, Misty Surge, and Neutralizing Gas. They're all good
Yeah,
abilities.
Yeah. So like you technically have like a grounded poison, so you can absorb T spikes, but
yeah.
you
Yeah,
might not
I
run it
mean,
every week.
he's got enough hazard removal. He doesn't have to worry
Yeah.
about it anyways.
So like I thought it was a pretty decent draft. I was about ready to give it like a 7, maybe even like a 7.5, but then I noticed he is such a huge water weakness.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah, that's
huge water
Oh
weakness.
gosh.
Like especially on the special side, his only resist is Chestnut, which cannot take special hits. Like you just
yeah, and most
come in
ice,
and
most water
clicks.
types gonna have Ice Beam too.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just like literally you just click water against Crown and he just does not have anything for it. He has like the Heatran is weak, the Mammo's weak, and then like Dreadnought doesn't resist. Um, like he definitely I think should just like drop Dreadnought and get like a more defensive water or Flareon or both. Like I just don't think either of those really do anything for him.
I mean, I could kind of see where you want. Well, I said maybe you could try running like Quick Feet or something on Flareon, but you have Heatran, so you're probably not running both because maybe they're for Flash Fire, but like Heatran has that. It just feels redundant at that point.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and then he's got like an electric weakness a little bit. Like his only ground is Mammo,
Um,
and then I think we were talking about ground too. Like he's a little ground weak, especially if he's not running levitate
I
or
don't know,
Heatran.
man. He's got Torn and Crobat and Levitate, Weezing.
Yeah, but like when you have a Heatran, I don't know.
Like Heatran can also run Choco Berry too. It's not like the end of the world against the ground
Yeah,
type. He's
it's
got
not bad.
Offspring.
It's just a little bit of a ground weakness.
Yeah, but main thing of water weakness, it's I think it's an Urshifu carry team. Like it's just like
Oh,
the
for
best one by
sure.
far.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean like his offense is a threat for sure. Um, but like I don't know, it's just not like as threatening as it could be for not really having a defensive core, you know, and then just like the weaknesses that he has brings it down even more for me.
I think he builds around the Urshifu pretty decently. Like Sylveon like covers most Urshifu checks, and Torn can go into Urshifu really well, and it can also set up a tailwind for Urshifu. So I don't think it's like as bad as you guys are making it out to be. But I agree, like totally, the defense is really, really lacking.
Yeah. No, like if it covers the water weakness, I could definitely see myself bumping it up to like a 6.5 or so.
Yeah, because like at its core, it's still a good team. It's just it's got like some major weakness in the defense in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I like some of the pieces individually, but I wish it would come together a bit differently.
So yeah, I gave it a 5.5, just because it's got a few major problems.
Yeah, I had about the same, like 6.5.
I didn't rate anything on a scale of 1 to 10, but that sounds pretty accurate to me.
Okay, we don't. Well, I can say mine. You guys don't have to say yours.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just gonna write down
Whatever.
on the first page who we've done, so we keep track.
Sure. Just gonna bold my document.
All right. Who was your second? Maybe
It was Osh.
Oz. Okay, I can
Mhm.
do Oz.
Yeah, I like Oz's team. I'm the only
Okay, yeah,
Oz
you go
supporter.
first.
Actually, dude, this team is so good. This is the best stall team by far, because it's got Clefable, it's got Corviknight, it's got Alola. Like, you're not breaking through that. Like, and also like the main ways you break through stall is well, you toxic, but you can't because it's Clefable, Corviknight are both immune to toxic. You set up sweep, but you can't because he's got Ditto. He's also got the trappers like Dugtrio and Magneton, which you got to bring a Shed Shell for or a Struckerberry for. You got to prep for those things. But I feel like people are gonna overcompensate for the stall side because they say, oh, they got so many stall mons. I'm gonna bring a bunch of stall breakers, but then they don't think about the rain. And then he brings the rain, and then the rain just rolls over them because they don't expect it at all.
So
No, I agree. I like the team. Part of me wishes I stayed silent because he was asking me some questions about like, hey, I kind of want to transition to some rain, and I was like, yeah, why don't you just get Comfort and just sacrifice some points elsewhere? And he did that, and we mocked, and he beat me. And so I know it's already threatening, and seeing the Mega Swampert and a Mega Sableye, you can play two distinct styles. It seems like it's going to be a lot more fun to play against in Prep 4.
so
Yeah,
here's
this
the
is
thing.
actually a fun team. Like,
Like
Yeah.
it's definitely, it's
it's
not
a
like your
fun
standard
team.
draft. It's actually like fun. Like, well, it's not. It's like it's unique, but I think it's good in its own regard because it's not. You don't think of it as good from a traditional sense, but it's just so strong in the stall side, and it's got like a really good offensive core. I think it could work. Yeah.
Okay,
All
so
right.
here's the thing. Like, what's a good stall team need to do? It needs to have good defense, obviously, which he has. But he needs good stall needs to control hazards really well. What's his literally only hazard removal? He does have Mega Sableye, but his only removal is Corviknight.
He also has Salamence.
Salamence is D5.
Okay,
Salamence is
fine, but Salamence is not a default. Like, you do not want to run a
it,
default.
No, you
you
can
can.
run
It
defensive
has
Salamence.
Ben. It has heavy duty boots. It's 95 HP, 80 defense,
Okay, but
80
like,
defense.
when is he
These are
running
good
defensive
stats.
Salamence? He has plenty of physical defense.
In cases he needs to defog, that's when
Yeah.
he uses it.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
like, okay, also Stall needs to set hazards, right? Who are his hazard setters? He's got a Clefable with rocks. Okay, that's fine, but literally that's his only rocks besides Mega Swampert, which you do not want to run rocks on.
And when you're stalling and you run Mega Swampert, it's for rocks, and Doug Trio can also run rocks as
Well,
well.
he does
Yeah.
when he's stalling, he runs Mega Sableye, not Mega Swampert. But
Not every
anyway,
matchup you want to run Mega Sableye when you're stalling. Sometimes you want more rock pressure. It depends on the matchup, right?
I just think like
Right.
10 out of the 12 matches at least, or I don't know how many we play, but like
We
80
play
plus
8.
percent of the matches we're playing, he's gonna have rocks on Clefable, and I think that just limits Clefable so much because it actually you really struggle with Clefable's moveset. You want so many things on that thing, you know. So I mean like it's a good rocker, and it's still gonna be fine, but it's just I don't love having rocks on Clefable every time. I think his draft was a lot better with Deoxys D because Deoxys just layers hazards, and it
Yeah,
just
with
like
spikes.
spikes and stealth rocks. And I just think it was really good. And then, I mean, and he has Quillfish too, but like, I just don't really see Quillfish coming a lot when you have Aloe there. And like, yeah, you can trade off one for the other, but then it's just kind of like a wasted slot. I don't know. And it's like the prep isn't really any different for the other person. Like, he's either bringing a Aloe or a Quill, so I don't love that.
I don't know. I think you could definitely bring Aloe and Quill. They're two different. They're the same type, but they do two completely different things.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you take all three of like Aloe, Salamence, and Quill at the same time. I think you probably pick two of those three. Because I think you're probably taking Intimidate on Quill. And so, or I guess you could Moxie sweep with Salamence. You can still try.
Well, that's like his main sweeper. If he's not bringing rain, his only offense is Salamence.
And
Yeah.
Ditto. And Ditto.
And you also have to consider Clefable can set up, which is offense, and Corviknight can also set up, which is also
Yeah.
offense.
Corviknight's
Yeah.
actually really like underrated as a setup sweeper.
So, like, the other problem I have is that if he's not bringing rain, like, he does not have a good revenge killer. Like, Salamence sets up and sweeps, okay. But, like, I
Ditto
guess you've
is
got
literally
Doug Trio. Ditto,
yeah.
I wouldn't say is really
Yeah.
a revenge killer. It's, like,
Are you sure?
more of a
I mean,
switch
you
in.
run
Like,
Sash and you just kill something with like Stab EQ.
It's usually Scarf too.
That too, yeah.
it's usually more of, like, a check than it is, like,
Yeah, but
like a threat you bring in after something dies, you know? So like I would have liked to have like one more fast thing that like can hit decently hard on his team out of rain. Um, what else? What else do I have? His priorities also non-existent. Like he
so
literally
you
has
don't
Sucker
need
Punch
priority.
on Doug Trio, and that's it. No, priority is really important.
I
I don't
strongly
know.
disagree, man. You don't need priority.
It's nice to have.
Yeah, it's nice. It's not something you need though.
I mean, it doesn't ruin the draft, but like it. I mean, I think it's important. Like not having priority sucks.
I think that's just a difference in philosophy, but
Yeah, I mean, like, ideally, you want something that way you can kind of play around in additional range and you can try and sneak in like an extra free 20% or something. But I don't think it makes or breaks any draft. If you're relying on priority, then you just can't hit hard enough in general at that point, or you just don't have good speed control. If you have to bank on that.
I don't know, man. The other thing is like, yeah, his defense is like good, but also like if there's a really good special attacker on the other team, like a Gengar, like he doesn't really have a great answer to a really good special attacker. And also like mentioning Gengar, Ghost hit all 12 mons for neutral, so like just run Specs Gengar against him, or Specs Ghost. So
Are you
like,
pulling up comps right now?
Well, I know Aloe can definitely take not Specs Gengar.
well,
Aloe
Aloe's
100%.
more physically defensive than special. I mean, yeah, it can take a hit probably, but what's it going to do back to Gengar?
It got knockoff.
Like
And
I just think,
liquidation. It gets knockoff and liquidation. Gengar is weak on the defensive side, anyways.
I know. I'm just
But yeah,
saying,
but
like,
can
I
even
think you
speak,
can get past his team with Ghost. Like, I think if you have a good Ghost type, you're not gonna have too much trouble getting past his stalls.
And also, offensive ghost types are not very common in the game. There's only like a couple good offensive ghost. Like Gengar is one, like Blacephalon is one, Spectre is one, but they banned Spectre.
Sure.
Dragonbolt's gone.
I mean, I know it's not like crazy good, but if you've got like a Pokemon that has like Shadow Ball, I don't know. It's just like
Shadow Ball is like terrible without stab, and I'm pretty sure like there's like only like 4 teams with a good offensive ghost type.
yeah.
Like Greg is an Flash. I don't know. Bunnies is nothing. You have nothing. Docta is nothing.
Like ghost types were at a premium this draft, with another 2 going to the ban list. So I think that's something that it's not as important this time.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a big deal. It's just like I do think he should have at least one Ghost Resist. I mean, I think that would improve the team a good bit. And Blissey, of course, would have been good for that. But anyway.
The Blissey can't do anything to Ghost types. It can Toxic, but the Ghost type will taunt, or it's gonna stop. Blissey literally can't do shit.
Yeah, like you could swap in the Blissey.
What?
It just stops you from running like a choice item.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, I guess so. But I'm talking about there's nothing against setup Ghost, yeah.
And then the other weakness I saw was a little bit of an electric weakness. I mean, especially when you have like a Corviknight, like everything's gonna be running electric coverage for that, and it just hits so many. Like I know he has a Swampert and a Dugtrio, but you don't necessarily want to be switching in those things on an electric move. Like they're pretty valuable offensively.
The goat.
Yeah, Eviolite Magneton.
Magneton the goat.
Yeah, Eviolite Magneton helps, but still, electric is a little bit of an issue, I think. Especially
also, electric types are just bad in general, but
yeah, they're not that many good ones. They're all Zapdos is the one that comes to mind.
Zeraora,
Coco.
Yeah, Coco. Zeraora, Raikou. Yeah, most of them are bad. But anyways, yeah, that's a pretty polarizing team. Like we got 2 different views on it. That's okay. We love you, Josh.
I'm saying all these good things about it, but like I still didn't rate it super highly just because I don't think I would ever play it. But like I want this draft to do well because I think it would just be fun to watch every week.
Yeah, I just don't think it stalls well, and I just don't think the rain offense is really all that threatening in the end.
But watch, you should record this because you're gonna when Ben loses to you this week, you can make a montage out of it.
I still haven't prepped for Oz, but
you're gonna lose, Ben. You're gonna lose. Watch.
I don't think it's gonna be all that much of a challenge, to be honest.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right.
You already lost.
Okay, I gave it a 4.5 out of 10, which is like I thought I was gonna be giving it higher, but I just the other thing besides like I just think like it doesn't have like the best hazards and the best removal, and I just there's a lot of fundamentals with this draft I don't like. Mock, you gave it what? Higher?
Do we want to hit Ellie's draft next?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think he's the only one else that's in here currently.
There's no one else in the...
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Ellie's draft. Talk about like unique drafts. I have never seen this out of a draft before. Okay. So he's got 10, like it's a 10 Pokemon draft, right? Pikachu and then
Sure.
Jess we don't have to count, right? Okay. What do you think, looking at his team, and maybe hopefully you haven't read my notes, what is his slowest Pokemon in those 10 Pokemon?
Rotom, right? Oh, Suicune.
Yeah,
Suicune.
Suicune at base 85 is his
Yeah.
slowest Pokemon. He has, talk about a cluster, dude. He has 116, 108, 105, 105, 102, 100, 100, 90, 90, 86, 85. That's 10 Mons and a 31-point cluster.
I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. At that point, like, if you're gonna cluster somewhere, it better be near the top. That
No,
way
and
you're
it's not
hitting
a bad
everything
thing
faster.
because that's
Yeah.
a really high cluster. Like, I mean, you'd like to have something faster than 116, I think, but it's really not that bad. Like his it's a super fast draft, which is
I mean, you
good
also
for
have
him.
like aerial like stab quick attack now on Mega Pinsir, which hits like a truck.
Hmm.
Like actually,
Yeah, and
um,
you also got Fake Out on Bullet Punch and Medicham.
yeah. So like you can hit a lot of things that you should be slower than, which is nice.
Yeah, so his speed is like arguably the best speed in the draft, depending on kind of how what you
I
like
don't know.
exactly.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know if it's the best.
Yeah, a good average doesn't mean it's the best speed. Like his fastest real mon is Cobalion at 108, and
Yeah.
most things every draft is gonna have something 110.
No, you're right. Like
Yeah, I think
probably the
so.
speed is like actually not as good as we're making it out, but it's still like pretty good. Um, yeah, Greg was talking about the priority, but he only has priority on the megas, so like realistically, he's only gonna have priority on one thing a week.
I mean, that's fine.
You count Prankster?
Yeah, Prankster.
Well, yeah, okay.
I mean, like for status, which is fine, but I think you're just like clicking Tailwind turn one and then maybe like Moon Blasting and hoping it dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what Whimsicott does.
It's it's a Tailwind bot. You can like maybe like specs Moonblast on it sometimes. Um,
Pikachu is playable.
yeah, it's playable. There's probably something unique you can do if you like spec it just right, but it gets hit pretty hard by poison types. So, although he has 2 steals to cover for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's got 2 steals, which is kind of. I don't think it's that bad. They're both good mons, Cobalion and Jirachi.
Right, and I mean, I think towards the end of the draft, when like Cavalion was drafted, I think you just kind of was like, well, it has rocks. It's a pretty solid Pokemon. I may as well take it.
Yeah, it is a good Pokemon.
Yeah.
I can't go wrong with a Cobalion.
yeah, but
No,
like
and
his
you can
defense
full switch out with it.
overall is not very. I mean, it doesn't really have much of a defensive core.
I mean,
Um,
isn't Galarian Moltres decent defensively, or am I mistaken?
It's pretty sure it's not supposed to be.
it's especially bulky, but he really doesn't have a good physical wall. I mean, Suicune okay, but like it doesn't have reliable recovery.
Rotom Heat is a good physical ball. It also gets
Yeah,
really.
It's okay, but like
you can like run Garchomp defensively technically too.
That's never. Well, on this team, it's never gonna happen.
No, but
yeah, but I don't know. I just like he doesn't have a lot of good defensive options, especially if
Yeah.
like your opponent's got a really good physical attacker. It's kind of just like at some point you're just sacking stuff. Um, so, um, but yeah, like his offense is really good. I mean, it's
I don't think
that.
it's really good. I think it's like above average slightly, but it's not like really good. That's not what it comes to mind when you think of really good offense.
I guess another thing is like a lot of his offense is physical. So.
yeah, I feel like you're probably banking on Serene Grace like Iron Head flinches for quite a bit of your offense and just hoping it goes well.
Jirachi can also run special too, by the way.
True. Yes. Yes. It's what you got 100 base stats all around.
Yeah, 100 base stat, and the special move pool is actually better than the physical move pool.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It is. Because I think if you're running like physical, you're probably running it like a little more supportive, maybe a bit bulky, and just trying to power flinch.
Yeah, pretty much. But special is like when you run the life orb and run the coverage to actually try to win.
Right. I forget. Does it get like cosmic power and all that too, or no?
Let me
It's
check.
Calm Mind.
Yeah, you got cosmic power.
Calm.
That's true, but it doesn't have body press, I believe. Yeah, no body press, but it gets cosmic power.
Okay.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say? Hazards. He only has Stealth Rocks, which isn't terrible.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Something to note. His removal is like good. It's fine.
I do think he could, like, because he's running a Mega Pinsir, I feel like his removal should be a little better.
Yeah.
Most certainly. I ran Mega Pincer at one point, and Stealth Rocks. I think I lost a couple games to that.
Is all his removal weak to rocks? I mean, I know heavy metal weak to
No.
everything.
Whimsicott gets default.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, weak to rocks in this gen is not that big of a deal because of heavy duty boots.
Yeah. The only issue is like when you're holding a Megastone, you can't also have the
Yeah,
boots. So
that's a thing.
I think that's why Mega Pincer is like I wanted to use it, but with a lot of Pokemon having access to rocks, and I can't have boots, it doesn't feel worth it sometimes.
Also, I don't think he should have Mega Champ and Pinsir. I think that's stupid.
Yeah, it feels like it's like two things that want to do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
just pick
Pincer
one.
might be slightly faster, and Medicham is
Yeah.
slightly harder.
They just feel like it. Like I don't mind it so much on Oz's team because they do very different things and are like you're either picking between stall or offense. But like this is like, yeah, you kind of want to
Yeah,
run
just
them both and like just hit things. I don't know.
and they're so expensive too. Like Pinsir, I know Medicham's like 16, right?
Yeah,
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 you could
that's
get something
true.
really good instead of that.
Yeah.
Hell, you can even get Deoxys if you got 1 point more.
Well, I don't know if he really wants Deoxys in this team, but
Actually, probably not.
I don't know. It
Deoxys.
could like
I don't
stack
know what it
hazards.
does.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
it's just the wall that sets up hazards. I can use Carmine Sweep sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like he just, I don't know what he needs on this team, but like maybe like a physical wall and like a little setup.
Yeah, I would like to see something like that's dedicated to just being a meatball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what
it's
it
like
really
a.
needed.
This team is like middle of the pack for me. It's like average.
Yeah, I
It's
thought
not
it's pretty
great, but it's not
average.
bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was. I'm a little higher on it than I probably should be, just because of the improvement from last season.
yeah, it's not all that threatening to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, not really.
So I gave it a 6 out of 10. He's also got a little bit of a fire and a little bit of an ice weakness that other drafts don't always have. So.
You cut out then.
Oh, I said he's got a little bit of a ice and fire weakness.
He does?
Does he?
I don't think so. He's got 2 steel tips, bro.
I mean, ice hits like Garchomp, Pinsir, Whimsicott, Moltres.
He's
Yeah,
got
he has
Jirachi,
resist too, but
he's
ice
got
is
4
just a
resist.
really good coverage
Yeah.
resist or coverage
Huh?
move. I don't know. It's just like when you draft a Garchomp round 1, you want to make sure you stack your ice resists and don't draft a lot of other things weak.
I mean, like what? Jirachi, Rotom, Heat Suicune, right? Like,
those things are gonna eat them. They're gonna eat them like candy.
I guess the Pinsir weakness isn't that big of a deal just because, like, it dies to anything anyway.
yeah.
Pinsir's actually more bulky than you think, man.
Oh, okay.
It
All right,
dies to a rock,
we
though.
should move
It's got
on.
120 base defense. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it a 6. Muck gave it a little higher.
Yeah, it's okay. It's mediocre. It's not terrible.
Big improvement from last season, I would say. I definitely love it a lot better than last season. So good job, Ellie. Okay. Do we...
All right, Ben, you want to just pick a random one, or you want to start somewhere?
I mean, let's just start at the beginning, I guess, so that we don't
Mork,
totally lost.
the best team.
Mork.
That's a word for it.
I think this team is the second worst team. Bunnies is the worst.
Yeah, I have it bottom 3. I think it might be second worst.
This team is a fucking meme. It's just
It was the first pick of Moongus. I was like, all right, I see what you're going for. And then after that happened, it kind of fell apart.
This team is just a bunch of random shit put together that's not that good.
I think I might like it a little better than you guys. I mean, like, I think the offense is actually pretty average or even above average. Like, he's got a really good balance between, like, physical, special. He's got, like a couple physical wall breakers, a couple special wall breakers. His speed isn't great.
Dude, his speed is actually good. He's got Excelgor and Arrow.
Well, okay, yeah,
Well,
but like
that and you
Selgor
have sticky
hardly
webs.
counts. It's
What's
Mega
that?
Arrow, and then it drops all the way from 145 to 95, 97.
Is that with
Yeah.
Darm?
I know, but it's
Yeah.
still better than Ellie's cluster IMO. I would rather have two
Really?
really
No,
fast
I
ones
would
than a
much
cluster.
rather take because I mean, literally, Ellie's whole draft is like faster than his team besides Mega Arrow. Like, I don't count a Selgor. I mean, a Selgor like kind of counts, but it's just not that good of a Pokemon.
And
Wait,
you're
okay,
probably
to be
running
honest,
support Excelgor. But I think you're just ignoring Shuckle with sticky webs. Like I think that like it's like valid. I think it's something you kind of have to take into consideration.
Sticky
Like-
Web's not bad in this team, but I mean, Shaco's probably not coming most games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would guess that Mork would bring it. I feel like if you're drafting a Moongus round 1, I think you're bringing Shuckle.
We'll see.
Um,
He's actually got good setup options. You got Cloister, you got Sigilif.
Yeah. Yeah. It
yeah,
definitely
like
has
his setup is good, and his wall breakers are good. Yeah, like his defense isn't good. He's missing a dragon, he's missing a fairy, and he's missing a dark, which are all like really important types to have in my opinion.
I think Dark is optional.
Dark, like maybe not, but
Dragon is also optional.
no.
Dragon's more optional like this gen. I think it's been more optional since Fairy existed, but I don't know. I don't think it's that big of an issue, especially considering some of what he could have gotten. I'm not a big fan of.
Well, it's not a big issue if you bounce around it, but he does have a fire weakness, which dragon would help.
Really?
A little bit.
Yeah, he definitely has a fire weakness.
It's Roserade, Excelgor, Amoonguss, and Metagross.
Yeah, but he's got Darm, he's got Volcanion, he's
Darn
got
isn't just
Aerodactyl.
switching into fire moves. Like Volcanion, sure, but that's one
Darm
thing.
isn't switching into fire ones. Like
Depends on
Darm
the
could
fire
definitely
move.
Darm could definitely take a flamethrower or a fire blast.
Yeah, but you don't want it. I mean, that's just one less fire or flare blitz you can fire off, though. It's like bad. Also, why does he have two grass poison types? Like, what's the rest
Well,
doing?
everyone wanted Amoonguss, and then I think he may have just grabbed Roserade because it was decent.
Yeah, it's a good one. They do two different things.
Yeah. Like I don't hate drafting two of the same Pokemon or same type of Pokemon if they have different roles. So I'm not really gonna like count too much off of that.
I'm not gonna. I mean, also like Roserade's better than like half the things on his team.
Yeah.
It's one of the better ones there, so I think it's a good addition.
I mean, I think you're probably bringing like 5 or 6 of the same Pokemon every week. So you probably just know what you're getting most weeks anyway.
He also like Oz is really well. Okay, Oz isn't really Ghost Weak. Mork is actually a lot more Ghost Weak. He
Yeah,
has 0. He doesn't have that's what Dark would be good for.
he
is a
doesn't have a
resist.
resist and he has
doesn't
2
have a
weakness. Yeah,
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has 2 weeks. So like, yeah, just spam Ghost on this team.
yeah, easy.
What else was I gonna say? Okay, one good thing about his draft is I think he has the best hazards of any draft. His hazards are kind of insane. He has Hippowdon for Stealth Rocks. He has Shuckle for Stealth Rocks Sticky. He has Roserade for Spikes T-Spikes. He has a Selgor, Spikes T-Spikes. He has Stack Attack of Rocks, Metagross Rocks.
Yeah, everything has almost everything.
He has
He's not-
hazards. I'll give him that.
So yeah, good job on the hazards. And then removal's good. And like having Cloister.
Well, this removal is Defog and Rapid Spin on Cloister. And I don't think you're ever taking Rapid Spin on Cloister.
Yeah. No, you'd want to.
That's on Suicide. It's yeah, you can.
I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still a meme in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really good. I think I rated this one first. I think it was probably a little high. Give it a 4.5 out of 10. And you know what? I will bump up Oz to a 5 because I think Oz's draft is better than this.
Yeah, I think you were too hard on him, and I'll maybe let Live him work for that.
Yeah, I think I got harder on drafts as I went, so.
Oh, good. You must think mine's great then.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, 4.5 out of 10 from work. Okay,
All right,
on to
let's do Greg.
Greg's.
All right, go ahead and just lay it on me, and I'll defend myself after you guys have told me my draft is shit.
You already read the notes. You know it's good.
So like
Okay.
this draft, okay, like it's really well balanced type wise and like physical special. I think your balance is really good in terms of all that. You have all the types covered. Like I couldn't find a single weakness. I went through like 10 different offensive types on your team and I couldn't find a single one. So congrats. Like that's really good.
There is a
Um
glaring defensive weakness, though, and it was pointed out to me after the draft.
What is that? What? Really? I didn't
oh.
see it.
Oh, actually, okay, I did find
What
a
is it?
slight ice weakness, but like that's pretty typical,
It's
honestly.
yeah, no, it's. I think I have like 5 mons that are ice weak, 6 if you count freeze dry.
I do. One,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
two,
yeah,
three.
a lot of teams are gonna have a little bit of an ice weakness. I
Yeah,
mean, I
the
guess
ice
yours is a little bit more than a little bit.
ice weakness is a big problem. Everything gets ice beam.
yeah. I think the issue is, or I guess the benefit for me is I'm not bringing a lot of these at the same time. So I might have 3 at most,
Yeah.
ideally. So
I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think you're decent. Like I don't think you're doing Gouji and Gudra at the same time. And like Arcanine's a great resist, Aegis Flask is a
yeah,
good resist. I think you're not too bad.
I also
Um
think his hazards are kind of bad. It's literally Swampert.
yeah.
it's Rodriguez has rocks as
Oh, it
well. That's
does.
different. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But it's a 1 point, right?
No, it was like a 6 point.
6 point.
Runerigus is
Okay. It
like
looks like a meme.
a Pokemon. No, it's like it
No, it
has some
was.
good stats.
Yeah.
I drafted it I think like at one point last year and I dropped it like a couple weeks later, but
It's definitely something I have to bring situationally, but I mean, I think there's a chance I use every Pokemon on that team.
Yeah, I mean they're all not. No, none of them is useless. Useless.
Yeah,
yeah.
His
Um
defensive core is a little weak though. I feel.
my defensive core, I think it's actually
Yeah.
stronger.
Because it's like I mean like there's no like reliable recovery and they don't really do that much back. Like Swampert is kind of passive and Vileplume is super passive and Mandibuzz is also kind of passive.
mm, yeah, I mean, I can say Manabuzz being passive. But yeah,
Um,
definitely the reliable recovery is an issue I have with the draft. Like you've got Arcanine and
oh yeah,
Manabuzz, and that's it for reliable. And like on a team where
Arcanine,
like we haven't talked about the offense, but the offense, in my opinion, is a little underwhelming. Or more than little, I would say. It's like pretty
I think
underwhelming.
his offense is actually pretty good. I,
Really. I mean,
yeah,
Mega
because
Gallade hits
Gallade,
hard, great.
yeah, but
But
Aegis
like
Slash is also very good offensively too. Because there's so many different offensive sets you can run. You can run Swords Dance, you can run Life Orb, a special. You can run like Shadow. You can run Weakness Policy even.
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. It's
Swallow.
just
oh,
Aegis
it's
is
really
not my
hard.
kind of offensive
Yes,
Pokemon. But
Swallow
like,
hits really hard. Dragology is a very good special wall breaker.
yeah, okay, like his
Vikavolt
wall
even has like
breaking
base
is
145.
Yeah, it just has a really bad move pool, but yeah, it does have base 145.
no okay. Like so, his wall breaking is like average. I would say like it's pretty decent, but definitely his speed is pretty poor. Mega
Speed is
Gallade. And then like Swallow, great, but Swallow's not that good. I mean, no,
dude,
Swallow's
it's
fine, but like
125. It's literally it's like
no,
better than
no,
most.
Swallow's fast, but it's just like it doesn't hit that hard. Like it
I
doesn't
It
wall.
strongly
does.
disagree,
It
man.
really
Strongly
does.
it hits hard on the physical and the special side, man.
Okay, anyway, even if I give you Swallow, that's still only two things above 100, which is pretty below average.
Uh,
Eh.
I mean, I usually like to
I
have
guess
three, ideally four.
three. I guess yeah. I guess you're right. I mean, I would still rather have three than two, but I don't think that's the main weakness. I think the main weakness is still like I think the defense is exploitable.
It can be worn down for sure.
Yeah, like there's I don't know, like against like a really solid wall breaker like Darm, like you can like reverse Mega Gallade. Like let me just look at like even like Guard over Mega would fuck this team up.
Yeah, I think I have to be extremely careful with my switch-ins.
Yeah, because like against a good wall breaker, you're not gonna take it. But against like shitty wall breakers, yeah, you'll be able to do it.
Yeah, I have to basically. I think I have to almost perfectly plan my team each week. Because I think I have things that can take a lot of hits from the right Pokemon. And if I put it in the right spot, then I did a good job. And if I fuck it up, then I drafted poorly.
I don't know. I'm a little higher than that. Like I think you've got good answers to a lot of Pokemon. Like I said, like your balance is really good. Like you've got a lot. Like you've got like 11, arguably 12 good Pokemon, and then like I don't know, you just have a lot of Pokemon that can be bulky. Um,
Yeah, that wasn't even intended. I just kind of like towards the end of the draft, I noticed that I had a lot of my options were just could be run defensively or in a supportive style.
yeah. So like I don't know, it's hard to point out a glaring weakness with this draft for me. It's just like overall a little underwhelming. Like the offense is maybe a little below average in my opinion, and like the defense is like average, and it's just like nothing really stands out to me.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna reduce my rating. I'm gonna change it to a 7. No, 6.5.
6.5. I gave it a 7.5.
Actually, you're right, Ben, because I don't think the offense is that good, and I don't think the defense. I think the defense is below average, to be
Really,
honest.
I actually don't mind. Like Mandibuzz Swampert is a really good tandem.
And
Greg
it
had it
was,
last year, and it did well for him. Arcanine
I
is like
wish
a
I got
good
Slowbro,
Pokemon.
but I got sniped.
dude, against any good physical wall breaker, it'll just like Terrakion will roll through that, Urshifu will roll through that. Like any good fighting type of boat, like Gallade will roll through that. Gardevoir will roll through that.
Ah, but I have the Gallade, and no one has
True.
the Tracheon.
No one has a Terrakion. I got the Buzzball. The Buzzball is gonna roll through that.
Ooh, are you sure?
Oh, you're gonna run Scarf Mandibuzz?
I just
I mean, he's got an Arcanine. I don't know. He's not bad.
I think
Okay, we
Arcanine's
got to
weak
move
point,
on.
though.
Oh, it's super underrated. I think I used it in like season 6 or something.
It's even better now that it gets teleport.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I was so happy when I learned about that. I was like, okay,
What gets teleport?
just run that uber defensively, run like Snarl, Willow, Teleport, and like Morning Sun.
Easy.
Oh,
Easy.
And
Arcanine?
then you play against a sand team and get fucked.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I just can't bring that against Cole then.
Okay,
Nah.
let's move on now to DJ Khan.
This is the
The
best team.
surprise of the
the best
draft. DJ Khan had in my like by far the worst draft last year. And this draft is so good. I mean, it's not in my opinion, it's not the most elite draft, like it's not the top 2, but Muck maybe has it
Ooh.
there. But
The
oh
top
my
3.
god, I love this.
I
Okay, why
have
don't
it
you
as the
start,
best
Muck?
draft.
Why don't you start? Muck.
Oh, okay. So I think this team has a very, very strong offensive core. Like, very ridiculously strong offensive core because it's got Mawile, that's the best ball breaker in the game. It's got, Bulu, it's going to hit hard with grassy terrain. It's got Necrozma that can set up, like, roll through your walls depending on its set. It's also got Greninja. He's got really good pivots to go into these walls, too. Like, it's got Rotom, Greninja, Cinderace. It's like, force a switch, get a U-turn, bring out Mawile, get a kill.
Yeah.
Grassy terrain is also just like really good because it's like a bulky offensive team, and the Crozma and Mawile are really gonna appreciate that, especially Mawile because you don't want to take ground hits, obviously.
Yeah, I agree that he's got a lot of diversity in the offense. Like he's just got a lot of options. He's got a lot of threats. I don't love the speed. It's okay. He's got he's got a gap between 85 and 119, which is like
Oh,
a
he
really
does.
big gap. Yeah, I think it's what Greninja and Rotom Wash is his gap.
The
And
fuck?
yeah, it's like a big gap. It's like a problem. Or wait, is his only what's his other speed? It's I'm missing.
So
Oh
I
yeah,
feel like
Cinderace, Greninja,
Cinderace.
and is his only two things
Cinderace is
above 100.
119.
But then yeah, he's got a huge gap all the way down to 85. So I think like a lot of people are just gonna be like outspeeding the 85, and then like
Yeah, it's a little annoying.
yeah.
He's,
And he's also just got a really big cluster right between 75 and 85. Like he's got Rotom, Bulu, Necrozma, Vanillux, Como, all between 85 and 9, or yeah, 85 and 75. So, but no, like his wall breaking is great. He's got setup. Like the Necrozma, I think helps a lot with his setup.
yeah,
Like the
Necrozma made
Necrozma
his team a lot
Como
better.
is really cool tandem to have for setup. I think.
It's a super offensive team, which I don't know if they're gonna be able to use it. But...
Yeah, I mean, like my big problem is, besides the speed, is gonna definitely be the defense. Like,
Yeah, but I think if you're that offensive, I don't think you really need to worry about it that much. It's not
One
like he has
thing-
no defense. He's got
yeah, he
Bulu
has
and
some
Rotom.
defense. Like Rotom Wash is great. It doesn't get recovery, but it's still really good.
One thing I want to say though is Como has a couple of really good defensive sets.
That's true,
Um,
yeah.
I think I ran Como defensive almost the time last season, and I was pleasantly surprised with how well it took hits from like anything but a fairy type.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's got the
can
stats
run.
for it and the move pool because it's got Stealth Rock, it's got Roar, it's got Taunt, it's got Toxic.
Yeah, you can definitely run a defensive. I'd say like if anything, he struggles to have like a good specially defensive option. Like Rotom Wash can run special defensive, I guess.
And Bulu can also run Assault Vest, and same with Donphin.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
like Bulu is way more bulky on defense. So even if you're running AB, like it's still more bulky defensive
Yeah.
than
The
special
Charisma can
defensive.
also run. The Charisma also has very good special bulk too, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
think
not
the
like
Crosman you could run defensive
Yeah.
on some weeks.
it's.
I mean, the Charisma can run anything.
Yeah,
It's like
it's a
Mew.
little bit of.
Yeah, it's just a worse Mew, right?
So in some cases, it's better than Mew, but it's most of the time, yeah, it's worse.
Yeah.
It's also got
Go ahead.
very good hazard option then.
Yep, I was just gonna say that.
Oh, you're gonna say yeah, because it's got Marwa, it's got Donphin, it's got Necrozma, it's got Como, all can do Stealth Rocks. Greninja can do Spikes, T Spikes.
Yeah, I really like Donphan for this team. At first, I don't know, they drafted like fifth overall. It's kind of, or yeah, fifth round. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. But like, it does a lot for this team actually. Like
Yeah.
it's a defensive crutch. It gives you rocks. It gives you rapid spin, which is really good considering like they do have a lot of good hazard options. So I like it.
Oh,
And
you
then they've
cut
got
out.
the court change Cinderace too, which is even better than rapid spin.
The
So,
court change.
Court change.
Yeah, court change poggers.
yeah.
Do you know how court change works with Magic Bounce?
Who knows?
I don't know if it's bounced or not. I've never bothered to look because if you set up on a Magic Bounce, it's just all on your side, and then you just court change either after killing it or after, or if it just doesn't work, that'd be pretty
I'm gonna
strong.
Google it. 1 sec.
Yeah, he doesn't have a grounded poison, but like it's not a problem because he's good removal. So
Oh no, court change is not affected by Magic Bounce.
Wow, that's a lot better than because you have a couple Magic Bouncers on it's like Osh and it's something else had it.
Sigalith, which is
Did someone take what was the Magic Bounce fairy type? Hatterini?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I don't know if anyone almost did.
Yeah, I don't think there's that many Magic Bounce. So. I mean, it's not.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck, who cares?
But
Yeah,
it has a niche that it could use.
See any weakness with the draft?
And yeah, I was just about to say too. Like I couldn't find any type weaknesses. So yeah.
I was
Yeah.
actually a little weak. Oh no! It's weak on the grass side, especially because he's got grassy terrain. So like grass runes are gonna do even more.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that a little bit. Like you don't want to switch in Cinderace.
Yeah, I mean Malwell can take grass hits, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Can run defensive Como, I guess. But
Yeah, defensive combo, yeah. But that's one thing to point out. Other than that, very good draft.
Yep. I think like
Yeah.
besides this, like the speed isn't the best, and then like the defense is a little lacking. So, but everything else is like great. So I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I had this as my highest rated draft. I liked it the most.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I liked how it came together. I think it had a goal, and I think it did it well. And I think with practice, they could probably pilot it to a decent level too, because there's just a couple things that you kind of just have to watch out for. And if you just basically play for Mega Mawile, I think you'll find some success, at least against some of the like worst drafted teams, and so they could sneak into playoffs. Maybe. Well, I guess.
But they should with this team.
What's up?
They should go into playoffs with this team.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it just depends on how well they play.
Yeah.
Okay. Bunnies draft. Let's not spend too much time on this.
Honestly, Bunnies, great job. Considering it was a Rule 34 team, just I don't know where you could have gotten better. Like it's.
I mean, Mega Lop would have made this team a lot better. I'm just saying.
Well, you
Yeah,
see,
but
that
man,
was
you sniped
stolen.
him. You
No, I didn't
sniped
say he
him
drafted
pretty-
right before me.
Oh, he did?
Listen, let him draft his favorite Pokemon, and then he got memed to shit for it. So like, he just pivoted that way.
Gardevoir Mega is the best Rule 34.
I wouldn't know.
Is it? Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd say
it's
like
also
regular
like
Gardevoir might be more. I don't
I
know.
think.
Oh my god.
Well, Gardevoir Mega is thick though.
Okay.
Are you
Uh,
not having this? Alright.
okay. I guess
Uh,
we maybe for a second just analyze it seriously. His
This
speed's
is a
like
Mega War. The only good Pokemon is Mega Gardevoir, and the rest suck.
well, I
so.
came to the
I
conclusion
disagree.
that you're running 6 of 7 viable options each week, and you hope they don't have a dark type, or
Okay,
hope that the Mega Glade kills it.
I actually think Mega Absol is like really important for this draft because it's his fastest thing, and it's really one of only two good fast things.
Well,
Like
the
that and
problem is,
Delphox. And then also like he
oh,
doesn't have any
fuck.
priority, so like Sucker Punch Mega Absol I think is
Dude,
important.
that's not true, man. He's
Bullet
got
Punch
Lucario.
Lucario.
He's got
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
come
Lucario,
on.
man.
fine, two priority.
And
He's
fake
also
out Lopunny?
Okay.
Fake out Lopunny,
Alright,
Pog,
everyone
and
fake out
also,
Lopunny and tell me how it works out.
did you say Absol gets Sucker Punch?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
also Glaceon gets Ice Shard, I think.
exactly. It
I'm not
does.
sure.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it does.
Oh, it does get Ice Shard. There we
Anyway,
go.
Yeah, come
I
on.
think if I was actually playing this team seriously, I'd run like Mega Absol every week because I think it's just a much better option.
Wait, Vaporeon gets Aqua Jet, right?
I don't know. It gets
Yeah.
flip turn though, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
This
I
is what
guess.
happens
No, I
when I take
guess.
a meme
Does
team
it get flip? Let me check.
seriously.
Maybe.
It does get flip turn. Okay, good.
Yeah. No, Vaporeon is a good Pokemon. It's not great, but it's solid.
It's good for a lot of things.
Oh my fucking god, Ben.
Uh, his setup isn't that great. uh, got a lot of
What do you
special
mean? It's
attackers, not a lot of physical attackers.
no. Its setup could be sneaky good. With Gothitelle, if you can trap the right Pokemon and then just set up, you're fine.
He's
Okay.
got
There's a chance.
Lucario as well, and Gardevoir, and Delphox, and Lurantis are all setup ones. And
I guess for okay, fine.
I'm telling you, he sneaks 1 to 2 wins this season that he
Oh
just has
sure.
no business having.
Yeah. Defense isn't great. He needs something to take physical hits, or at least one more thing to take physical hits.
Are you talking about Vaporeon?
Well, Vaporeon's more. It can take physical hits, but it's more special.
Yeah, it's got 130 base HP.
It's HP's insane.
Sarina can also take physical.
Not that well, but yeah.
A Miltank can also take. I don't know his, but they're all bad mons, so I don't know.
Yeah, like
I don't think
it's
it's
just like
fine.
It's just
everything's
his
kind of a
Pokemon are
little
all
bad.
bad. It's like he has. It's just It's just literally they're just all bad. They're all 10 points below.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna get anything.
I mean, when it really gets
Yeah,
bad is when you talk about his type, like defenses.
Oh, that's terrible. That's horrid.
Because like he has 0 ground immunities, he has 0 electric immunities.
We'll give a Bullet Punch to some of his best Pokemon. It's not pretty. Make a Gardevoir Diancie.
Yeah, this is just really hard to win with this team.
Yeah, there's just like not any synergy. Everything's kind of a little bad. So
It's got the World 34 synergy.
that's true. Came together. I gave him 0.1 points for every point he had left over, which is 25. So
Okay,
I gave him 2.5 out of 10. So if he drops like everything and he picks up a bunch of 1-point Pokemon, then he could potentially get over a 10.
I see. What, an 11.3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! All right, bunnies, you know what to do.
Okay, let's move on. Who wants to start on my draft?
I'll start on your draft.
Okay.
So this is a very Ben draft. He drafted Lopunny and Zapdos round 1 and round 2, like he always does. Team's got he's actually has very good pivots, but the thing is, he doesn't really have any good wall breakers to take advantage of those pivots. I feel like, except for Hoopa. Hoopa's actually very good on his team. Very, very good.
I agree.
Ninetales, I was actually had this note here. Ninetales is not good with this team because this is like more of a bulky team. This is like more of a bulky, slow, like you play for the knockoffs and the pivots and you stall the fuck out of them. But I don't think Roarville fits at all on there. And also the hail hurts you if you're doing that strategy anyways. I don't know why he has it on there. It's just like a special attacker, but he's already got Hoopa. so I don't think it's necessary. You
Uh,
got any points?
I liked a little bit Ninetales because I think it gives Scissor or Scolipede a lot of setup options.
It does.
I mean, I guess, right? You can just Sword Stance with Scolipede or like with Scizor, and I guess it could be fine. It's not what I think of when I see that though. Also, Mega Lopunny losing return
yeah,
probably
Okay,
should have
but it
dropped it a
got
couple
U-turn,
points.
which is insane, and it got triple axle, which is insane. So like, I
What'd you
think it's
say,
actually
Ben?
better
What was the
overall.
first one you made?
U-turn.
Oh yeah. Legalopa's still good, but it's good for different reasons. It's got a moveset upgrade. It got play rough. It got triple axle. It got U-turn, but it lost return. So
But
I think
like,
it's
I don't
still
know.
good.
I mean, I think like Return's a big loss, but I still think it's actually better overall. Like, think about like all the bulky psychics that switch into Lopunny. You can just U-turn out on them. You know?
Or if they're scarfed and they're just faster, they kill you. I don't know. I'm a little lower on Mega Lopunny. I wanted it until I remembered it didn't have return and was kind of like, why not? Why draft it instead of I guess Mega Mama, Mega Glade, which you couldn't do, but I don't know, I'm pretty low on that.
It's
Although I
still
will say Zapdos was great. But
yeah,
you are probably running Scarf Croak most weeks, right?
because it doesn't. Well, I mean, it doesn't really have a good revenge killer besides Lop.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like
I mean,
Lop used to
Lop's
be
like
much
the
better.
best revenge killer though.
It's not as good because it doesn't have return. I think it's more of a pivot now than a revenge killer.
I don't know, man. I think you could just spam like the fighting move. Like it's so spammable. And then like if they send in their psychic, you just U-turn out. Like I think it's so
Yeah,
good.
that's what I mean. It's pivot.
But like it's a revenge killer.
It's revenge killer when it kills something.
um, yeah, you said Scarf Crook. I think I could. The thing is, I think Crook's actually pressured a lot defensively on this team.
Really?
Well, I don't know. It's like my only ghost resist, and it's one of my only rocks resist. Because I do actually have, like, that's my biggest problem, I think, is I have a rocks weakness. It's pretty bad. Not pretty bad,
What's
but,
an
like, it's
offensive
bad.
rock type?
Huh?
I swear to God, there's like no good offensive rock types in the game.
Like,
Nihilego.
Terrakion?
Oh, Nihilego, Terrakion.
Well,
Terrakion
Terrakion's
went on
undrafted, but,
Nihilego, yeah, I guess Nihiligo's good. Oh, you lose to Nihilego,
I
GG.
mean, but, like, there's stuff like, okay, like Mega Arrow, and there's stuff that, like, isn't, like, Garchomp Stone Edge, you know? Like,
The Archon Stone is not going to do anything to.
but also,
Like-
like, rocks means I'm weak to stealth rocks, you know? And, like, I have a really good Defogger and Zapdos, and also
Run boots
Scissor,
on
but
Zapdos.
it's still, like, you know, I just need to defog. I need to, like, defog a lot more than I probably would want to.
That's true, and Scissor's not a good defogger.
Really?
Fine.
Yeah.
I can
But
run
you'd
defensive
rather it
Scissor.
do something else.
Yeah, I'd rather use some, because Scissor, I mean, Mega Scissor's a good defogger, but regular Scissor's a little frail.
I think you can, if you're switching it on a physical attacks, I think it's good.
It's
But-
still only 70 base HP.
Yeah, okay. You're probably right.
Still a good draft, though. It's just like a little bulky for me. It's a little too
Yeah,
bulky.
I
and a
think
little
it's
too
like,
slow.
it is lacking like one good wall breaker, I think. Like, especially I need a wall breaker maybe more on the special side, or just like, I mean,
On the
like, Koopa
special side.
can attack special, but it's probably gonna be physical most weeks.
I disagree. Special has a better coverage.
Okay. But yeah, I just think I need like one more threatening thing.
Yeah, you need to
so-
delete Ninetales and replace it with something threatening.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe.
It hurts me to say that you might be right.
I like Ninetales. Like, I think even if you're not
I-
necessarily like setting up screens for setup, it's just like screens in general is good, right? And then like also I just
Yeah.
think like spamming, like I think offensive Ninetales is good. Like I know it only has 81 Spatak or whatever, but like just firing off blizzards and freeze dries is so
Or
threatening.
Moonblast.
I don't like its typing combination. It just loses the steel types and
Yeah.
fire types. Because fire is also resist fairy too, by the way.
Yeah, you're right. But I still think it can do some like pretty decent work.
It pains me to say this, but you should probably drop it.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Yeah, you can definitely get it better.
The
How
thing is,
much
I need a
points is it?
fairy though if I drop it, so well, it's a little limiting.
I think it's like
Oh, it's 9.
11.
Oh, it's
9?
cheaper than I thought.
It's
Wow.
what?
9 to the low is 9 points. I thought it was more than
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was good. It was a good point value, and it's like, I don't know, I think
Yeah,
a
it is
lower
a good point, but
Ninetales
I
is still
still don't
good.
think it fits your team though.
No, I don't.
Okay. What else? Yeah, as far as my defense, like you guys said, I had good defense. I just think I have so many good options. Like,
Dude, Tangle is so trash. I don't know what you're talking
what?
about.
Tango is so good. You have no
It's
idea,
so.
It's
The Tangle does nothing. It literally just sits there.
dude. It has base 100 special attack.
Yeah, to use Giga Drain with base 75 power move.
Leaf Storm. It has
Oh,
like
Leaf
coverage
Storm. Yeah,
options
Leaf
too.
Storm. Man.
It has
What are you gonna
knockoff.
kill with Leaf Storm?
yeah.
Grass is a terrible
It
offensive
has
typing.
it has Sleep Powder, which is actually threatening. It has Leech Seed. I don't know, man. It's good.
That's so sick.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
send him a Katana and Swords Dance. Easy. GG.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh,
send
where's
in
your HP fire,
Vileplume.
man? Where's your HP fire? Oh, it's deleted. Oops.
Yeah, feel free. I'm just gonna send in Vileplume and maybe I think it gets growth, and I might just set up with that. You know.
I think Vileplume gets.
I'll just switch out and get Regenerator.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Vileplume
Alright.
gets Chlorophyll. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually a good sweeper. Damn. Alright, so Docta?
Yeah. I give myself an 8. I think it's probably honestly one of my worst drafts. I just don't think it's fine, but I'm not as high in it as I normally am with my drafts.
Alright.
Yeah. I think your draft was fine.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, I said there's a ghost weakness, but I don't think it's a
Yeah,
big deal.
no,
'cause
there's a ghost weakness too. I mean,
Like,
like I have
ghost
Crook.
types aren't
If
that
it's
common.
physical ghost, I'm fine. Special ghost, I think I definitely struggle a little.
I don't even think there's any good physical ghost types.
Actually, I guess I have Hoopa.
Oh, that's true.
Well, no,
I mean,
no, Hoopa's
Shadow
not
Claw's still
resist.
trash, but
Just crit. Pray for crit.
I just
Sword sense crit.
Okay, Docta.
And
I
you
want to
rate this
start with
9.5. I rate this
because
7.
Docta is my favorite draft. It's very
That's
close
right.
between Docta and Kaui.
Yeah, you can go first then. Go ahead.
Docta's draft is so good. This draft is so good. Oh my god. I think okay. The speed is really good, but what I like most about it is it's so spread out. He's got like a Zof 115, Diancie 110. I think he's got like a 105, like Durant's like just under 110.
Durant's 108.
Yeah, 108, and then I think he's got 100 somewhere, or he's got Hydrogen at 97. And it just goes all the way down, like the 70s and the 80s. It's super, super spread out, which I really like. There's no speed creeping this team anywhere. He could have better, like top end, like Gazelle 115 could be a little faster, but it's not a big deal. And yeah, he's just got lots of threats, dude. He's got like almost every mon is a threat. It can set up. He's got power. He's got a lot of pivots too. I didn't count, but I think it's like 4 or 5 or so. Like, okay, let's see. Magnezone, Azelf, Ensign, Digger's
He
Beat,
also
Mant.
was like
Or
he was like handicapping himself too with this draft because he drafted with his brother, and so he was trying to use only Pokemon his brother liked as well, or his brother was interested in, like at least at the start. And so he still managed to end up with Magnezone, Hydreigon, and Mega Diancie first 3.
Yeah, I mean Magnezone's kind of a weird round 3 pick, but otherwise
it was because it was so the reasoning behind it was it was being talked about in chat. Remember when Magnezone was popping off for like that 45 minutes to an hour where everyone was like, this is such a good Pokemon. He was hoping to snag it later, but Mega Diancie does not like steel types. So
yeah,
maybe being able to magnet fold them would be quite useful.
Yeah, so no, like it's a good fit on his team for sure.
Yeah.
His defense is good. Well, it's fine. It's just a little bit like predictable. Like he's gonna be running Mantine every single week with Defog.
And Mantine is so easy to play around.
I don't know, man. Docta had Mantine last week, and it was like he used it so well. I don't know how else to describe it. He just did. But yeah, Mantine's also his only reliable recovery, so that's kind of bad. But he just has, I don't know, man. He's gonna be breaking through teams quick, I think.
Yeah, offense is very good. Offense is probably above average for sure.
And like I like too that he's got like half of his offense is special, half his offense is physical. He's got some mixed attackers too. It's like it's I just think it's so hard to bring it like to try to wall this team or like play defensive against this team.
Yeah, you kind of just have to go all out.
I would hate trying to stall against this.
You can't. I mean, Oz could probably do it.
Maybe.
He would have a really big Scald weakness if not for Mantine. I mean, it's still kind of bad, but like Scald is so spammable against this team. I guess he's got a conk.
Yeah.
Maybe?
The guts with Uncon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. He don't always run guts.
Hey, what
But
about Shit Ninja, man?
Hmm?
That's Shit Ninja.
You have to prep for Shedinja every week and just hope he doesn't bring it. You just run heavy duty with Shedinja, and 1 week it pops off. I guarantee it.
I don't know. I just can't imagine him ever bring Shedinja just because he has 11 other Pokemon that are all really good. You know,
I think P2 should not belong. P2 does not belong in that team.
PZ.
Forenzi?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Ferrari
PZ
has
is. I don't know. He had it last year too. or
I
last
like
season.
it, sure, but I don't think. I think he could use some more defense. I also think Durant is not good enough. I mean, he needs a speed, I guess, but I think Durant is still kind of trash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he needs
don't. I
the
don't
speed.
like the Durant on this team, but I think it's still a good draft overall.
If he could find speed to replace, that'd be fine. But otherwise, I agree with the Porygon Z. Like, you don't necessarily need it. I mean, it gives you another special wall breaker, which he. I mean, he's got Hydreigon, so.
Porygon Z is like more setup, I believe.
Docta,
good.
like, ran its Scarf for specs every single week last.
Yeah.
Like, he actually just, like.
It
clicked
does
dry
have the
attack.
trace, I mean, the download and the adaptability. Well, yeah. So yeah, that can be a good year. Oh my god, it's 130 special attack. I didn't even know that.
No,
wow.
it's good. Like, it's a good
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, actually, I think it's actually good.
I
just
think
think
the reason people don't draft it is just because it's a normal type, and there's so many other types you have to fill. It's hard to like fit it, but it's good. Yeah, I love this team. I mean, I think the offense I would say is the best in the draft, and I think the defense is like very functional. It's not anything crazy, but I think it's very functional.
I think the defense is really bad. That's because I think Mantine is really bad. That's just my opinion, but I think Mantine like can't do anything to you offensively, and it's like dies to Pond, it dies to Toxic. You can set up on it. It's a free switch. It's a free anything. It just loses momentum. And I think for Docta, he really needs momentum because he's running such an offensive team. I don't think you can run something as passive with Mantine.
Maybe.
I think you can kind of get around it if you use Ensign. With Parting Shot, you can still do damage. What is it? Darkest Lariat? It's not bad.
Yeah, Ensign's a good mon. But I'm just saying, like, if he goes into Mantine or anything, he just like loses momentum for instantly. Yeah. And for him, he needs it. So
I guess he does have like Wheezing that he can run defensive with Defog too.
And Wheezing is also really passive too, like super passive.
Yeah, I can see that. He's got like AV options, but like as far as physical bulk, he needs to bring like Mantine, Incineroar, Wheezing. Really, Incineroar, Wheezing is like, I don't know. It's good.
Yeah, but offense is still definitely one of the best. One of the best offense, of course, for sure. He also is good. I know Ben like fucking loves priority. He's got 2 good priority users.
He's got Conk
and Diggers.
Diggersby. He's got something else. Oh yeah, Durant gets first impression.
It does what?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You also have Shadow Sneak on Shedinja. Come on, Ben. You should know this.
Nope. But yeah, 3 priority.
I didn't know that. Wow.
You should move on. 9.5. What, you gave it a 7, Muck? Crazy.
I'll give it 8.
Okay. Good. Cole's draft. Does someone else want to start?
I mean, I can say that I was actually kind of disappointed he dropped Stoutland. I was really hoping we would see him lean in really hard into a Sand team, but I mean, it makes sense. You want the Blissey. I'm actually really low on Blaziken and Decidueye. Didn't like it too much being drafted. I felt like there's better options. Personally, I would never run the Blaziken. I'm just really low on it. But I think Decidueye has some uses, maybe. It is a ghost type.
It's a defogger.
It's a defogger, yeah. Like, it's not totally useless, but I'm not very high on it. But I do like the Fairy Steel Dragon Core and Mega T-Tar together. I think it's I think it's better than last season's draft for him. And I do like Melodic. I was hoping that it would maybe like snake back to me.
Yeah, I think I thought
But
about
it
my
didn't.
load too. Over
Melodic
Slippery.
is not good with sand. I don't agree.
That's
I just like it in general, and I was hoping I wanted it, but
yeah. No, I like this team. Like I don't know. He's just got a lot of power on the offense. It's pretty threatening, I would say.
Mostly setup power, but
Yeah, and
no real
setup.
ball breakers.
You said he has no wall breakers?
No. Well, Exit Drill is his only wall breaker. Other than that, it's
Latios
just
is a
like
wall breaker.
yeah, Lottie can wall break.
I
I
don't
would say
know.
Tyranitar is a wall breaker.
I
Megatron.
would agree
Yeah,
with
Mega
that.
T-Star is a wall
And
breaker.
like Blaziken, that's kind of what it does too. I know it's like
Blaziken's a setup sweeper. It's got good coverage though, but
it's
like
kind of
it's
like
that's
Greninja. Well, not Greninja. It's kind of like a
it's
more
kind of like
powerful
Greninja
but
because
less fast
it's
than
just
Fernape.
more powerful, less fast.
But it
Yeah, I
has
can go.
good coverage, yeah.
Yeah, it's got good. It's got main thing. It's like got a very good move pool, very good move pool, and it
Yeah,
can
yeah,
hit
yeah.
both special and physical.
So yeah, you can run like AV or like Expert Belt or something.
Yeah, it's got a lot of different options. Sugar Berry. Oh, by the way, Moody Glalie, it's gonna pop off.
Yeah, I forgot.
Is
I
it
forgot to ban
banned?
Moody.
No, stop.
Wait, it is
I don't
banned?
think it's gonna get. There's no way it's gonna get kills though. Wait, actually, Moody might be banned on small gun.
I think it might be banned on what we're using. I'm not sure.
Actually,
If
I
it's
feel like
banned,
it's not.
yeah, if it's banned in like the format, like the thing, if it's like automatically enforced, then sure. But
Let me
I
try
I
it.
didn't write it down that it was banned. So,
Let me try it. Let me try it.
but yeah, I forgot.
I don't think it's gonna. Even if it is not banned, I don't think it's gonna get kills.
No,
I think he'll bring it either when playoffs for him are locked or seeding is, and then he'll probably try and like build around it. That's what I would guess. Because I think that would be funny to try and get that to work.
I do think
Wait,
like
it's legal. It's legal, dude.
Let's go.
I'm announcing a transaction right now.
Wait, hold on. What can we get? Smeargle?
I'm getting Smeargle. I want Smeargle.
Smeargle.
Yeah. Dips.
Okay. I think Excadrill was pretty like pressure on his team. Like he's lacking speed. Like besides Thundy Eye, he really needs speed. So like and like Mega T-Tar can't hold the smooth stone, right? So like it's a little tougher to have like a sand drill. What else is I gonna? Yeah, I don't know. Like he's got electric weakness too, a little bit, and like Excadrill is his only immunity, so it's kind of pressured there.
He's also got
He's
5
got a
birds.
rocks weakness, and Excadrill is like his only good rocks resist, so it's pressured there. So like I don't know, man. Like Excadrill is doing a lot for this team. Yeah.
Why do you love Fortress for this team? I think it's trash.
It's so good in theory, and then you try and use it, and you're sad.
It literally does nothing.
It has Volt Switch.
That's
I
it.
think Fortress Blissey is pretty like stally if you wanted to do it.
That's the number one way to die to taunt.
Agreed.
But
least
like
there's
he
no
can go
HP
hard
fire.
defense if he wants. Is all I'm trying to say. And then I don't know, like I think like the hazard options on a more offensive team like this is pretty cool.
You can bring spikes on Glalie.
Mm-hmm. With the evasion boost, you'll get 3 for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know.
What does Raboot do? That's a pre-evolution Cinderace, right? Course change?
Yeah.
It's Libero.
It's 2 points. It gets Libero. Yeah.
No,
Oh, wait,
Muck, it's literally your Frogadier pick, but it's like slightly slower.
Yeah.
But it's the same kind of thought process.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay, I gotta when I play him, I gotta bring my Frogadier so we can have a show off.
Yeah, he has 3 starters by the way. Blaziken.
That's actually funny. Yeah.
Decidueye.
Oh wow.
I think this was where we almost had 3 starters go back to back to back, but someone took Primarina too late.
Okay. We should move on. We probably gotta start going faster. I think I probably gave this a little too high. I'm gonna bump it down to an 8.
I feel like it's just like a mediocre team. Like the offense is mediocre, defense is mediocre.
I think that I like the balance of the offense. He's got a lot of options, you know.
He could use some more wall breakers, and also his balance is good.
Really? I think like the speed is more the problem than wall breaking. I think he's got good wall breaking.
Speed.
I can see it because you don't get speed boost on Blaziken. What exactly is super fast?
Like
You know, if you don't have
Latios,
stand up.
Dundee, and an Excadrill. I don't know, it's fine. It's just not good, you know. Okay.
Dyego. Oh, this team. I don't even know how to rate this team. It's just so weird.
It's a
Yeah.
rain team, and
I know, but I don't know how to rate
you-
teams. It's like rating Oz's team. Like I don't even know how.
Well, this is a more traditional rain team, but like, yeah, it's just very weird. It's
It might work. I just think.
Oh, I think it'll work. I think it'll definitely work.
like he's so heavily on rain because outside of rain, he has 0 speed. Like, just I don't know, dude. If Pellet Fur gets killed early or something, like his team just self-destructs.
I mean, you just lead with it, right? And then you have a couple turns of speed, and you just swap out into something that can take a hit. That way you can put it up one more time. Or you can technically run Rain Dance on something else too if you really need to and give it a Damp Rock. If you're that afraid of Pelipper dying.
Also, like, I don't know. I just don't think his offense is that threatening, you know? Like, I don't look at this team and get scared by anything. Like, I don't know. Mega Scissor under rain is a little threatening, okay? But, I don't know. Like, Barraskewda and Kingdra can be dealt with, you know? Like, nothing crazy. And I just don't really see anything that I'm worried about.
I mean, he's also probably bringing like Nidoking, and that will just hit hard regardless of sheer force life orb.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've tried to use Nidoking before. It's good, but it's just a little hard to use as a wall breaker. It's pretty frail. What else?
But I don't know if you noticed, but you started to cut out pretty heavily there.
Oh, am I okay right now?
I think Rotomo is actually pretty good for that team. Being able to fast volt switch if you just scarf it's pretty nice. You can just bring something in, or you can just hit hard with Leaf Storm. I like it both ways. I wanted it real bad. I was going to have that instead of Vikavolt, and then I would have changed my draft accordingly. But Slowbro is good. I like it with Teleport. You run Slack off. It's just kind of nice. And Regenerator with Teleport just makes it even better. So he has options defensively and can pivot. And then Florges, I believe, has Wish, so that's kind of nice too.
Am I good? Hello?
Hello.
Am I cutting
Hello?
out?
Yeah.
There you are.
Okay, let me switch headphones. Okay.
Any other thoughts, Monk?
Benson is. I think his hazard's okay. Hazard removal is good. Hazards. I don't know. It's just a weird. I think Nidoking and Seismitoad are good hazards, but if he's running Swift Swim, then I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think if you're running Swift Swim, you don't bring hazards on Seismitoad.
Yeah.
I think you just try and hit hard.
I also think 2 electrics is kind of weird.
I think you kind of run Heliolisk with like dry skin. And so I think that just plays into rain a bit more.
Oh, I guess so. It's like a rain one.
Am I good now?
Oh, wait, what does Eldegoss do, Ben?
It
It's
like
just
has
support.
Regenerator and it's especially defensive,
Okay.
but not much. I think he just kind of wanted a regen core, but it's just kind of weird.
It's kind of a meme. It doesn't do it. It's super passive.
I was gonna, Greg, you're talking about Slowbro and like pivoting, but like the thing is, what's he pivoting into exactly? Because like
That's
if
a
he,
rain.
like, okay, like what is like he's gonna have like rain set up, right? And then like
Right.
if he goes into Slowbro, the rain's probably gonna stall out or at least like get pretty low, and then like teleporting out, it's like anything besides like Nidoking kind of needs rain to be effective, you know. Like I could, okay, maybe Scissor Mega. It's just like I don't know. I don't like Slowbro for his team. Just because like he already has a Pelipper, which he's going to be bring defensive, and it just seems like kind of out of place.
I don't know. I feel like you can kind of it's more so you can get a clean switch, right? Like, so if you have like Barraskewda, it's not necessarily super bulky. So you swap to Slowbro for one turn, and if you're running Damp Rock, you can afford to do that. Slow teleports out. Barraskewda comes in full health, and you're fine, unless you have like hazards.
Oh, it's also another rain setter.
Could be, yeah.
No.
What? Damp Rock, Slow Bro with Damp Rock, Slow Bro, Rain Dance with Teleport. That's good.
Yeah, but it just I don't know. Okay, whatever.
I mean, it's just so you can bring in a sweeper at full health. That way, you're not just constantly taking in chip damage.
Yeah,
that's what the scissors.
I just don't really like. It's a cool rain team, but like the offense is a little lacking in my opinion, and like the defense isn't anything impressive. I think like.
It's not supposed to. Rain teams are always supposed to be offensive.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like the offense isn't doing that good. I think like he doesn't have a Mega Swamper. Like he doesn't have anything that hits really hard.
Yeah, very very strong in the rain. It's like we played OU. Oh, what? It has 136 speed. The fuck?
Yeah, like it doesn't even need rain. That like okay, the rain boost is like moves. I had it last season, so I know all about Barraskewda. It's very good, but it's also very frail. So
maybe that's why he's just not that good, Ben, because you didn't run rain.
Exactly.
I mean, it carried my team. It was so good, but I also just know its limitations.
Even harder.
Exactly.
Okay, W. All right. Well, this team is weird, so let's move on.
Yeah. I think he needs a like one thing. I don't know how he's bringing through steals because he doesn't have a fire or a fighting type. And especially with a Mega Scissor, you like steals are gonna wall his team.
He's got seismic, and also just dude, water and rain is gonna break the steel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anything neutral, rain will just kill.
What if then a lot of steals have like if you like a Steelix or something that has a ground or like Bastion on.
Well, like okay, what if he plays like a Ferrothorn? I don't know.
Ferrothorn, then you run close. I think Barraskewda gets close combat.
Probably.
Also,
it does, but it's still not going to do that much.
Hurricane. Just Hurricane on Kingdra for Ferrothorn.
I just think he needs to diversify his offense a little bit and not be so dependent on rain. Like get an offensive fire type. I know rain hurts fire, but like just do it.
Dude, no way. Offensive fire type is so bad.
That'd be so bad for this team.
He doesn't have to bring it every week, but just like if there's a really good steel type, you bring it.
I would rather get a fighting type for that.
Exactly. Terrakion's out there if you really want that. I don't know, like offensive fires. Let's see. There's like what Megazard Y, Moltres is defensive. Talonflame is just kind of shit. You have Embor. I guess Alolan Marowak is the best thing that you could suggest for that.
Oh, I have something coming up on Alolan Marowak, but yeah. Anyway, okay, we need to move on. But yeah. Oh yeah. Also, no Ghost Resist. There's another team you can just spam Ghost moves against.
Easy.
Okay. I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's weird. It's not that bad.
Probably the best draft. One of the best draft. Kaui. Everyone rated this 9 well.
I gave it a 9.4 just because I think it's like slightly worse than Docta, but it's good. It's really, really good. Speed is maybe like the best in the draft. Like I was talking about LA's team, but no, the speed is better. He's got 6 Pokemon that are 95 plus. He's got 4 over 100. Like he just outspeeds everything.
Yeah, Toxapex Ghost Core is very good together, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good core. So
yeah, Latias too.
Latias setup should run this team.
I think so.
You can run it especially bulky. He kind of needs it a little bit.
I don't think you need maybe against psychic types. I guess he kind of gets rolled by psychic.
Yeah. Like you definitely need a defensive some weeks, which is fine.
I don't know. He's got Grafted that to cover the psychic too. Actually, I don't know. A lot of psychic types get Dazzle now. So
yeah.
That good.
No, you need to run it defensive some weeks, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Plus F1 is good. Just don't miss 2 overheats.
Yeah. Yeah. So like
Kang
the speed
is good on this team.
Yeah, Kang is like. Yeah, I really like Kang on this team. It's kind of their only source of immediate power. Like
less is immediate power.
Well, F1's immediate power, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
One's attack, and Ghost is a good offensive type.
Yeah, you have good stab shadow ball, one of the few good offensive ghost types right now, and then overheat will hit like a truck.
Yep.
Although Cephalon doesn't have good coverage. I think he gets like extra sensory.
I mean, I
remember
don't
which-
know, but I mean, Ghost Fire will.
It'll hit almost everything.
Is it anything that walls Ghost Fire? Can't think of anything
I
off
mean,
the
is
top.
it dual
I
types?
remember one or two things giving me trouble with it last season. I think the issue is sometimes you're running it like Scarf, and so you kind of just have to be able to play around that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're a Scarf, you're weak to kill things. Yeah. You always have to watch it for the Scarf sweep because like Beast Boost +1. GG.
Exactly. Yeah, so you get the beast boost, and after that it kind of rolls things, but sometimes getting the first one, if you have facing a particularly bulky team, could be difficult.
Yeah, and it's also because you're always running Scarf. It's kind of weak to rocks.
Yeah. And so having good defog is really important.
Yeah, which it does.
Yeah.
Yep, the rule's fine. I was gonna say too, like Mega Kang's good also, just because I think their offense tilts a little bit to the special side, so Kang balances it out pretty well.
Yeah.
It says only physical. Oh no, Scrap. I mean, Scrafty and Excalibur is not going to come that often.
Chronon's fine with
Oh, yeah,
adaptability.
sorry, I forgot about Credit. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Chrono. I actually recommended Mango get it, but like I think it gives them priority which they lacked, and it gives them like some more immediate power, which can be good.
Kanga's got priority too.
Yeah.
And I think they didn't, or they have a dark type. Never mind.
Scrafty's fine. You can like D-dance on it. It's okay. I don't know if you ever want to run it defensively. Like you're gonna just say, "Hey, eat this psychic and hope you don't have a fairy move on it."
One of my favorite things about this draft is there's only one Stealth Rock's weakness, Blacephalon. So like they don't even need to remove rocks.
Well, Blacephalon's kind of a big one though.
Yeah.
It
So if it's your
is.
main revenge killer,
Coco's a fine revenge killer.
really, Coco's kind of weak, especially now that Electric Train is 1.3 instead of 1.5.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, Blacephalon's a big one, but like otherwise, they're not weak to rocks. So I think it's a.
And I feel like with this team, he's going to be switching around a lot because it's like Toxic but close, so you're going to switch a lot. But I mean, he has got the hazard rule for it, so I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, also I was gonna say with switching around, like they don't have a lot of great pivot options. They have
He's
Coco
got
Gliscor, but
Yeah, Coco Gliscor, too.
otherwise they don't have anything, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the hard switching is fine. He's got regenerate Toxic, but you can hard switch.
Yeah, it's just like could be better.
Yeah, it could be better. But
But
it's
no,
still a good
we're
team
like picking
anyway.
holes. Like these are all like very minor things, I think. Like overall this team is very, very solidly built.
I think he gets rolled by. Oh no, he gets rolled by really strong special. I mean psychics. Really strong psychic.
Well,
types.
yeah, that's what I was saying, Latias. Yeah, no, they could.
Yeah, but even still, like Latias, like a really strong psychic type could probably. If Latias gets chipped, it'll do a KO.
Yeah, I definitely think they could maybe use like one more like special wall, especially defensive thing.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like Porygon is actually kind of a good Pokemon, surprisingly. Dude, like with Eviolite, it's actually like.
I saw the Calyx, but
I don't know. Well, believe it when I see it.
exactly.
And like 85 base special attack, that's not passive, especially with analytic or download. Like it's actually like, oh, it's good.
I feel like he's drafted this team before. I swear to God, I've seen Tapu Koko Toxic pick Gliscor Latias that far.
He had Coco and Latias last season.
Yeah.
And I think he had Pex 2 seasons ago, and maybe Gliscor as well.
Okay, I don't know that. I feel like.
And I'm pretty sure he had Superior at one point.
Well, it's not even him. It's Mango. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Mango's playing this draft.
Mango doesn't make playoffs. Well, whatever. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. This team's great. Speed is great. Offense is good. Defense is good-ish. 9.4 out of 10.
All right, Toad and Steve.
Oh yes, this team. Oh my god.
Where to start?
Well, I think the main thing I saw was the guy's got to make a Charizard and his hazard removal sucks.
Yeah, his hazard
Yeah.
removal should be better for sure. I mean, he's got Tentacruel, but
Yeah, Tentacruel's got problems.
it's like he doesn't have anything besides Tentacruel.
He's got Thunderous Teep.
Yeah, my big issue with this draft is the speed. He's only got 101 as his highest speed, which I think is maybe the worst out of the draft. I think there's maybe one more that's really bad, but he's got 101, 100, 100, 97, 96, 95. So he's got 6 Pokemon within that cluster of 6 points. So I guess it's not the worst thing. It's kind of like LA where like it's a good cluster, but also like a lot of things outspeed 101, you know?
Yeah.
His bulk is pretty. I mean, his not his defense is bad, but he's got good bulky offensive mons.
Well, you also have Grimmsnarl, right? So you can kind of make up for that a little bit.
Yeah, this is a team actually I like looked at it first I didn't really like, but the more I looked at it, the more I liked, just because they have so many setup options. Like the setup's insane on this team. They
That
have
doesn't make it good though.
no, but they have a Snarl. So like I think they're like
Oh,
from
you're talking
turn
about
one.
screens.
Yeah, I think from turn one they're just gonna like send out Grimmsnarl, and I think Toad had a similar team last year. Like you send
They
out
did the
Grimmsnarl,
exact same thing last year.
set up the screens, and you just go into your first setup mon, and you like kill one or two things, and then it
Oh, it's
dies. And
actually
you send out
scary.
Grimmsnarl,
That's
and like
true.
send out like setup screens again, and then just go into your next setup. Like
That's so annoying. God.
I actually think
What
it's
you're
gonna
doing
work.
is you're
I think
bringing Psychic Fangs and Brick Break every week against them.
yeah. No, I think it's good though. Like I think it's gonna work. Like there's so many setup options. You can just keep sending them out one after another. I've never seen Iskew get used, but it kind of looks.
It's a belly jump super.
I know,
Yeah,
but it kind of looks good, honestly.
Hey, I give it a +1 point for having the penguin.
Yeah.
I've actually gotten swept by it once in a draft league.
I wonder if they got Timber just for the defog.
What? Timber gets defog? What?
Yes.
What?
It's the weirdest thing. It gets defog.
Does that mean
It swings its log.
Yeah, Conk gets defog.
Conk
And
gets defog?
I know, it's so weird. But like Timber's stats actually are not the worst. They're not good. But
And it's still a first stage Pokemon.
it's better than you would think, I think. But yeah, no, it's not good.
I guess it's a hyper offense team. It's not because Grimmsnarl gets taunt too. It could stop the rocks.
Yeah, Grimmsnarl is like a great like besides Alolan Ninetales, it's like the best screen setter.
You just need something that's dark type. Oh, screens still work against dark. Never mind.
It'll actually because of Prankster it won't.
What really? I thought.
Yeah. So if the dark type is out, Prankster will just not allow it to work. I believe. I think
really, but I thought dark type is just immune to prank. So if you like Willow a dark type because it like targets the dark type, then it doesn't work.
Oh.
But like,
I could be wrong.
Let me check.
I'm not sure.
I thought it was just if it's out on the field it fizzles, but you could be right. I actually really like the Snorlax for this one. I went 1 week for them just to say screw the like thick fat bulky set, just go belly drum and just sweep it or something.
It's just another setup option. It can run defensive. Like you don't have a lot of defensive options on this team just because there's so much like things that want to set up.
All right, here, look and mute people. I think this means screens work too.
Like it basically has what 2 Pokemon with substitute as well. You have Mimikyu and then Ice-Q has a physical substitute.
Right. And then yeah, I kind of wish they had like one more good wall, especially like a physical wall. Like Ferrothorn can take physical hits, but only against some Pokemon.
Yeah,
So
only
like he
against
might be
something that's
forced into running Gigalith some weeks, like to take physical hits. I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't know why he's got Gigalith so good.
I don't know.
It just
I have
doesn't
no
fit his
idea.
team enough.
I
I
think
think
it's
it
for
was for
stealth
rocks.
rocks and a
That's for
physical wall.
rocks. Oh, I guess so.
Well,
He
if you
doesn't
want a physical wall, you just take Ice Cube, gets one hit, and because it's immune to first one.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Um,
I wish someone ran a hail team with that. It could be funny.
Why is that?
Because in hail, Ice Face regenerates.
Oh, right.
So if in hail, Ice Cube's immune to physical moves that aren't like 2-stage. So like
Dude, I want this
like,
thing. I want to keep my
So you
level 9 tails and then run this thing.
a bomb of snow.
yeah, you get a Bombus now and then.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's like, but like, the defense isn't as big of an issue just because I think they're going to be like
Yeah, if
setting
it
up.
strains hyper offense every single week, then yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I
It's
didn't
kind
even
of
see
cool. I
that.
kind of like it.
Yeah. I just kind of 1D.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. And then like the speed is still not great. And then I think the biggest problem is probably the hazard removal. So, especially when you have a Megazard X. Ugh, you need the hazard removal. I get it a 7 out of 10.
I'm gonna go rate it up. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10 too.
Alright.
On to Ryan.
Yes. Oh yeah, this is the okay. I have a big proposition for this team. I have a transaction that I hope Ryan hears because I think it'd be so good. So I don't know what the hell Toxic Croak is doing on this team, right?
I don't either.
I don't think Lapras is doing anything on this team. Okay. He is very electric weak. He does not have an electric switch in at all. He has no ground type. Regieleki is not really resist.
Rillaboom.
Okay? And he needs power. He doesn't have any power on his team. Okay? So what do you get? You've got I managed to find a Pokemon that is powerful. It is an electric immunity. And it is within the points of Toxicroak and Lapras. And it is a Lola Marowak. It is perfect for this team.
Oh, what?
What?
A Lola Marowak is perfect for this team. He doesn't have a fire type. He doesn't have a ghost type. It's perfect.
I guess it's actually not
It's an
bad.
electric
That's
immunity.
not bad.
It's perfect. Like, so good. Like Skarmory. Think about Skarmory and Lola Marowak. Like if they're clicking a fire move or an electric move, you just switch in a Lola Marowak. It's so good. Oh no, he does have a fire type in Slazzle, but still.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, yeah. Get a Lola Marowak, Ryan. Before someone else picks it up.
Also, bring Wobbuffet. I want to see it get a couple kills.
It's good with Chansey. You teleport on, you TP on Chansey. Like they're gonna switch into a super physical offensive threat. TP, go Wobbuffet, GG.
It just
Yeah, so I don't know how. I don't know if I love Wobbuffet on this team because like this team is like kind of semi-stall, you know. Like this is the closest thing besides Oz's team to stall. Yeah, he's got a Chansey, a Mega Slowbro, a Skarmory.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but I thought you were just going to bring Rillaboom and Hawlucha every week, and then you just unburden Grassy Seed.
You can do both.
I mean, that's like his win con, but like I think he's kind of gonna be a little stally early game. But anyway, I was just gonna say like Wobbuffet. I don't know how well it does on a stall team, just because everything's gonna have like setup. So yeah, like I much prefer something like a Gothitelle or like a Doug Trio on a stall team than a Wobbuffet.
Yeah.
Also, like you're gonna be running like Toxic and stuff against a stall team. I don't know.
You can't Toxic Scar and Bliss.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I don't know. People are gonna have Toxic for Slowbro though. It's like very important.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah.
It's like the one way you beat it.
He's got really good setup sweepers though. I was saying like Slowbro Mega goated, Hawlucha is good.
You can set up with Zam with Nasty Plot too.
Yeah. Nasty Plot gets Zam now. I mean Zam gets Nasty Plot now.
Rillaboom gets Sword Stance, I believe.
Yeah. Mach can run Curse.
Yeah. I really like the Lily Muck. Stab knockoff. It's nice.
Yep.
Gunk Shot's nice.
Yeah, always good knockout, always good with stall teams.
Lolamuck is good. His speed's a little weird. Like he's got elite upper teat spear. He's got a Regilucky, and then he's got a what's this other really fast thing?
Salazzle.
Halucha, or yes, Salazzle.
Yeah,
Like upper
Halicha, Salazzle,
Halucha.
and Alakazam. So he's
Yeah,
got
they're all
4
very
things
fast.
over 115.
Yeah,
It's
which is
kind of
really good.
crazy.
The one thing I'll say though is I really don't like Regieleki.
I don't even know what does it do. It's screens, right?
It can set screens, it can rapid spin, but it can also be like decently offensive. Like it has
It has like no coverage. It's
right.
like
It
Electro for
has
speed
it
control
has
as well.
literally no
No,
coverage.
it has no more attacking moves besides T-Bolt.
It also does
Yeah.
get its ability though boosts its
Electric moves.
So
You
like
give it a magnet as well or something and just call it a day.
it's kind of nice like just to be because you can like outspeed any Scarfer or like even like a Dragon Dancer or something or like a Pokemon that's set up, you can still kind of outspeed it. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
I
like
have it.
it's basically like having priority, but like it's more powerful.
I have it here somewhere.
Why is he getting extreme speed?
So Regieleki, the absolute slowest it can be is 364. And max speed Scarf brings you up to 823. So there's no way that thing is slow. And even just like neutral, like no investment is 436. So you're fine. You're outspeeding so much.
It's kind of cool. It's definitely not a round 4 pick, but I think it's a solid mon.
Is this thing a legendary?
Pseudo? So Reggie, I don't know whatever you consider it. Could be mythical.
Reggie? Like Reggie Steel?
Yeah.
What the hell?
They added more veggies for some reason.
That's
Yeah.
funny. I didn't think of
Reggie Lucky and Reggie Dragon.
Yeah. What else? What else? But yeah, they're electric weak even with a Regilucky. Oh man, I had something to say. Oh yeah, they only have like their hazards aren't that great. They only have okay.
Oh,
They
that's
have,
good. Then they got
like,
Chansey and Skarmory.
yeah, they have Chansey Skarmory. Nah, it's fine, I guess. They can like rocks.
Oh, so Lazo is actually good with this team too, because the corrosion toxic.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I wanted Oz to have it, because like it's so I don't know. I really like
Oh, they
Salazzle.
traded Salazzle for Slavely Mega.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then their only removal is Skarmory, which yeah, okay, it's a good removal, but if it dies or like I don't know, it's a little weird to just have one removal.
Oh, Regieleki is Rapid Spin.
True. I don't know. I think if it didn't have the electric weakness, I'd honestly give it like a 7.5. But the electric weakness brings it down a lot to me. Give it a 6.
Are you really not? I guess it kind of is knockoff. He's got Mega Bro for knockoff.
Yeah.
I mean, it still doesn't resist.
Mega Bro will tank knockoff, man. Because knockoff is base 65 against Mega Slowbro because it's got the stone.
Yeah, but like, what if it's a dark type using? What if they have like?
Yeah.
What, 1.5 times then?
Yeah, 1.5 times. But Mega Bro has like what 200 defense? Well, it's not 200 defense. How much is it? Let's
I thought it was like 200 plus, right?
Let me check. This
Is
Mega
it
Bro
180?
180 defense. Yeah, it's gonna eat it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Nope, that's it.
All right, we can skip Crown because go to DT, the best draft.
I'm sure you're kidding, right?
No, I'm serious. I rated this as top three. Top three.
Okay, then talk about it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay, so I think he's got a really good. Oh, what did I put here? Yeah, he's got a really good offensive core because he's got Lele. He's got Starmie. It's like those are both instant power. Especially Starmie's got analytic. Tapu Lele, instant power wall breaker. Tapu Lele also synergizes really well with T-Tar because T-Tar will kill the things that Tapu Lele can't deal with, and Tapu Lele will kill the things that T-Tar cannot deal with. Venusaur Mega is also very, very strong. It's a good ball. Can also hit powerfully. Galvantula makes his team better. He's also got Celesteela, which is like a top 2 draft mon. Infernape. He's also got really good hazards and a removal. Wait, did I say?
Removal is a little limited.
It was a little sketch, but his hazards are good. He's got T-Tar, he's got Infernape, he's got Galvantula, he's got Gligar. I don't know what Duradulon does, but it's kind of troll. Umbreon and Gramble suck, but
I don't know. Wish Pass, Wish Toxic. It's kind of okay.
yeah, it's just a little too passive for me. Same with Gligar, but his defense is just like super passive except for Venusaur.
Yeah.
I actually don't really like his offense. Like I just think it's not super threatening. Like Lele you can definitely play around. Like a lot of teams have a good psychic resist.
I think
Um
you're scarfing Lele too, so
yeah, because the speed isn't all that well, it's
it's base
okay.
95 speed, I think, right?
95, yeah.
But I'm just saying like his speed in general. Like he only has a high of 115, so um but yeah, I don't know, it's just like the offense doesn't do that much for me. Like Mega Venusaur can hit hard, but again, it can be walled. Especially because it doesn't get HP Fire anymore. And like Infernape, I've never really liked. I just think I mean, it's kind of like Greninja, but a little worse. Like it doesn't hit very hard. Um, I don't know. Starmie, like it's as fast as things. You want to run speed on it, but then you can't exactly run analytic. Well, I know analytic does stuff if you switch out, but
Yeah, on switches because it forces a lot of switch with life.
yeah, but also like Starmie, like if you're not bringing Gligar, then Starmie has to be your spinner every week.
No, I
Right.
mean you don't need a spinner.
Well, I don't know, kind of
On this
do.
team, I don't think you're switching that much. I think you're mostly just clicking moves.
Yeah. I think you might like swap out once or twice. You put in like an Umbreon if you want to wish, and then you stall a turn, let Umbreon die, or swap in.
Wait, I just realized T-Tar and Venusaur is stupid.
Why is oh, because of
The
synthesis?
synthesis.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even notice that. Yeah, I
Uh,
agree. Also, just T-Tar. I mean, T-Tar gives him a little bit of offensive power, but I don't know. What is it really
I
doing on
feel
this
like,
team?
yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should actually. I think I'm gonna rate this 8 out of 10. Maybe even 7.5.
I think also like I think he kind of has to bring Gligar every week because he really well, okay, he's not super ground weak, but like besides Celesteela, it's really hard for him to switch into ground moves. Like especially if you run like a Gravity or Smackdown set, because that is a set that you can run to beat Celesteela.
I mean, that's a Lando only thing.
yeah.
Eh,
Like, there's a couple of the Pokemon that can get gravity, but I don't know that they really want to.
Celesteela's still a good one, though. I mean,
Yeah.
no, Celesteela is great, but it's just like I don't know. It
I mean, the
doesn't.
DT is the thing about. I know DT is good with these mons. He's got a lot of experience with these mons.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I
I mean, yeah,
noticed
we're
he
not
doesn't
talking
have a
about
lot
the
of.
player at all. Like I'm sure he'll do great with this draft, but I just don't like the draft that much.
Yeah.
His offense. Well, let's see. Yeah, he's more specially offensive and physical offensive.
Uh, yeah, I don't know about that one. Celesteela and Infernape is both.
Uh, I don't know. I just don't really like either of them as like good offensive. I think Celesteela is good as like a defensive or maybe sweeper, but like as a just like clicking offensive moves to wall
No,
break, it
it's a
doesn't.
sweeper.
Yeah.
It's not really a wall breaker. It's a sweeper. You're right.
And then like I don't know, Lele and Starmie are just a little similar.
I don't agree at all. Lele's
No, they
a
do
hardcore wall
two
breaker.
completely different things.
And they synergize well together.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like Psychic Spam is a good strat.
uh, okay. I guess like he covers the darks. But like steals, how's he gonna break through his I guess Infernape? I don't know, man. I just don't really see it.
Click EQ on T-Tar.
T-Tar is not going on the steel type.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it was probably a little hard in this draft. I think this draft's like a 7.
It's DT, so he's still gonna make playoffs.
Agreed.
Like,
I
the
think
defense
DT
is
could
good
take.
on
Yeah,
this team.
DT could take almost any draft here and make playoffs. So I don't think there's been a draft that's as like unplayable, except maybe the Rule 34 draft.
Well, Mork is pretty unplayable.
Okay, yeah. That's...
Okay. Anything else? Moving on to Muck.
Oh, my team.
This is an 8-mon draft. So
No,
let's just
the
establish
mascot
that.
is very real.
Yes, like, I've brought Psyduck before.
Yeah.
Even if
I
you
know,
bring
Cutie Fly
Psyduck,
has
it's
used
a
to.
it's an 8-mon draft. It's a 5-team. It's a 5v6.
Cutie Fly has webs. It's good, trust.
Okay. For only being an 8-mon draft, honestly, he does cover a lot of things he needs. Like, his speed is good-ish. He's got, like...
I got 3 things over base 100.
You do. Do you have a bit of a gap from 108 to 143, but...
No, Gengar's 110.
Huh?
Gengar's 110.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I missing? Wait, you have, Okay,
I have
sure.
no gaps.
I just wrote something down wrong. No,
Only
speed's
gap is
fine.
110.
You only have Azu for priority, but it's good priority, so...
No. Frogadier. Greninja gets Water Stricken, not Frogadier.
Does it get Aqua Jet? I don't think so, but...
I don't think so. I don't think Greninja gets Water Jet either.
No, it probably doesn't.
Anyway.
There's something else. Psyduck, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is kind of... I mean, the offense is really great, obviously. Lots of setup, lots of
Mew gets Vacuum
power.
Wave.
Oh, true.
Yeah, no.
Can you bring Vacuum Wave Mew against Ben? Just to prove a point.
I was actually gonna bring Vacuum Wave Mew against DJ, but then they changed into Crozma, and they ruined my plan.
That makes sense.
It's good against the Greninja, but anyways.
Muck, what do you think of your draft?
Huh?
What do you
I think
think
my
of
draft is the best.
I think it's less than the best.
I think you guys slept on Katana. Katana should not be 14. The HP fire is removed.
Sure, yeah, but also grass types, offensive grass type is not great.
Yeah, but it's Katana, man. It's got look at its stats. It's gonna solo carry with the stats.
Sure, yeah.
181 attack, like that's Uber's.
I think Cortana, if you can find a way to like use it as like a semi like bulky thing that you can switch into physically offensive Pokemon.
Ben, do you remember when I swept you with Cortana 3 times?
I don't remember 3
Remember
times.
that season when I won? What was it? Season 5? The season before IPBA.
I mean, I remember losing at Cortana like once.
It was the finals. I swept. My Cortana got 5 kills against you in the finals.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Do you remember that? Yeah.
No, Cortana's fine. It's a good Pokemon. I don't like your ground weakness. I know you got Buzzwole, but still, even with
that's why I
Buzzwole,
got Buzzwole.
your ground weakness...
Dude, Buzzwole has so much physical defense.
I know, but you
power.
still don't have an immunity, and like, you can still just spam ground and like maybe have a coverage move for Buzzwole. Like, I just don't like it.
Like what? Aerial Ace? Like ground types don't get aerial Ace.
Dual Wing Bait, you know?
Like Earthquake is just such a good spammable move. Like everyone has like at least 2 ground immunities for a reason, you know?
Well. Yeah, I do have Air Balloon.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
what?
And Shukaberry?
Okay, yeah. Sugarberry, Air Balloon, I'll run Air
Magnet
Balloon.
Rise?
Magnet Rise, true. Magnet Rise, Katana, that's all I'm going to be ground types.
Yeah, what else? I do like the P2 actually. It helps you beat ghosts and...
P2 is a pivot, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Teleport.
I do like
Teleport.
P2 for your team a lot. I don't know. Knockoff would be really spammable, except you have a Garchomp. So
Yeah,
that's
it's not really
good. And you actually, like, for not really having much of a defense, you do have 3 reliable recovery bonds somehow, so...
A P2 was 1 Mew.
I don't get it. Mark, every
But yeah,
season I look at
like
your draft and
your
I'm amazed
defense,
how much better you do.
like your defense isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like actually, like you have defensive options. Like you have AV Azumarill, you have like a Katana that can take physical hits. You have Buzzwole, you have Porygon, and then like Mew can do it if you want to. Although Mew's like your main setup, I think. So
No,
No.
USD on
I got
things. Nasty
Kartana.
fucking
I don't
go.
really like. I don't know. Garchomp. The thing is, if you set up, you're still gonna get outsped next turn after you
Oh,
get
it gets
killed.
some scale shot this gen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Garchomp got a buff.
Does Mew get Tailwind?
Mew
That's
gets
some
everything.
situation.
It should. Mew gets like
There's some
everything.
things it doesn't get, which is wild. But
Let me see. Yeah, it does
Katana
get
gets
Tailwind.
Tailwind.
yeah, okay,
Okay,
fine.
yeah, maybe I can see it.
I'm not gonna run Tailwind. That's stupid though.
Yeah, okay. Maybe the biggest complaint I have about your draft is hazards.
Yeah. I mean, Mew gets spikes and stuff. I mean, both spikes and T-spikes this gen.
Okay, that helps a little, but it's still like if you're running a setup Mew, then your only option is Rocks and Garchomp. You know,
Yeah.
still not good.
I mean, Garchomp is a solid rock.
Yeah, agreed.
And like your removal isn't good either. Like you don't really want to be running Defog on Cortana. So it's like only like Buzzwole, right?
Buzzwole gets default? What?
Or wait, no. But I'm thinking of
Wait,
the
no way.
other. I'm thinking of Concoder. Buzzwole doesn't
Oh
get
no, it
default.
doesn't.
No, so I think you only have like Mew, right?
Yeah, it's just
So yeah,
Mew.
like your removal is actually like the worst thing out of this draft,
Yeah,
actually.
but the thing is, like, none of my mons are weak to rocks.
That's actually true. And you've got a grounded poison. Okay,
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Unless I get spike stack, then I lose GG.
it's not. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm coming around on this draft actually. Like for only being an 8-month draft, you actually kind of have a lot of things covered somehow. I
I
feel
just
like
really
there's,
wanted Gengar. I just didn't want Gengar just instant. So good.
I feel like there's like flaw that I'm just not seeing. But
I think the main thing is like knockoff. I don't know.
yeah, knock off. Buzzwole does so much for your team. When you told me you were
Yeah,
drafting, I was like, I don't know. I think there's other options, but yeah, you
because it
need
covers the
Buzzwole.
dark weakness and the ground weakness.
Yeah. And it gives
Although
you like just a physical defensive switch in, because otherwise you're like relying on Katana, which is bad.
For P2.
P2, but P2 like
P2 can take both.
you're not always bring P2.
Honestly, most games I'm not going to bring P2. I'm probably just going to bring 6 of mons that are all attacking and just click buttons.
Yeah. I'm gonna bump it up to a 7.5. It's not bad. Anything else? I think, yeah. Okay.
Alright, Pandii. Oh, I actually like Pandii's draft a lot.
Oh, I hate Penny's draft.
Dude, it's so good.
I think he found some good value later, but I don't necessarily like some of the ones he drafted.
I just think Lando Team, Melmetal, Victini, like, if you have, that's like the really, really good offensive
I
core.
liked Penny's draft when I first looked at it, but then I noticed more and more and more problems with it as I kept looking.
It's like a bulky off. It's like my team. It's a bulky offensive. You just click buttons.
Yeah, but his top speed's only 103. Like his speed is not good at all, whereas your speed is pretty decent. And he only has priority on Dragonite, so like he's just not outspeeding anything ever.
Well, that's true.
That's true.
But he's also like, I don't know.
No, but his like offense is threatening. Like he's got powerful
Lando
shit.
T,
He's got
Melmetal.
like physical wall breakers. He's got special wall breakers. He's got setup. He's got good pivots.
He's got good pivots, really? Oh, yeah, Lando T, Victini. Yeah.
Lano T, Victini, Rotom.
Rotom Frost is not a good pivot.
No, dude, I
It's
love
not
Rotom
good.
Frost. Rotom Frost is so good. Just
It's-
click the blizzards, dude.
Dude, it's 4 points
It
for
worked
everything.
once. Clicking Blizzard worked once last season, didn't it?
I don't know. Oz had it, but it actually did work
Yeah.
for Oz. Like, I think Oz like brought it a lot of weeks, and it actually like got kills.
Dude, that's overpriced. Why is it 6 points? That's so bad.
Oh, 6, I don't know. That is a little overpriced.
Wait, what does Pandii guys do?
Sap or strength sap shell smash.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
no, it's good. It's
Wait,
actually good.
base 134. Wow.
Yeah. I'd like to see it used. I think it could take someone by surprise. Like shell smash into like stab shadow ball. That could be fun.
Yeah, I mean, most teams don't have a ghost switching. This one also doesn't have a ghost switching, ironically.
Yeah.
Darude?
Yeah, I guess so. But even I don't know. Zerud is. I mean, Zerud is. Yeah, Zerud has a very good defense. Yeah, I can take it. Yeah, Zerud is actually one of the better base stat mons, and it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zarud's good, dude. Like I don't know.
I like Darude on here.
I've gotten swept by this thing a couple of times because I thought you could toxic this thing, but then you jungle heals.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like he has a lot of Pokemon that do the same thing. Like all his Pokemon are like around base 80 speed, and like they hit pretty hard, but they just kind of all fill similar roles for me. You know. There's just not a lot of like diversity in the roles that Pokemon play, I think. He only has one reliable recovery, so like his defense is pretty suspect.
Who is it, Dragonite?
Yeah. Which isn't
Yeah,
really even
first. Although you
defensive.
get
So
what,
like
Marvel
yeah.
scale?
Huh?
Don't you get like Marvel scale or whatever?
Right.
Or whatever that ability is on Dragonite.
Oh,
yeah,
you mean multi-scale?
Multi-scale, yes, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, like he doesn't have any dedicated walls. He doesn't have like any dedicated like revenge killers or just like fast things.
Oh, Nihilego goes.
Heligo.
And that landed to I mean, you don't want to run Scruff on it.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually think Masquerade is very good, even those 2 points.
It's intimidating with Sticky Web, right?
Yeah, it clicks Sticky Web, but he really needs the Sticky Web.
Yeah.
That's true. I didn't consider that. But also, it's
still
just
2
wasting
points for a reason, though. It's still trash.
Yeah.
What was that?
Hmm?
What'd you say, Ben?
I was just saying, it's like, if you bring it, it's just wasting a slot, kinda.
Oh, it's not a waste if you win.
Yeah, you would have to have, you have to definitely need Intimidate or definitely need Sticky Web for, like, a sweep.
Like, the thing is, I don't think Sticky Webs are even good anymore, just because, like, everything gets defog. Like, everyone's gonna have removal. Even if you, like, try to surprise them, you know?
There's a lot of cases where if you're running a more offensive team, there's a lot of times where you don't have to move splat to run defog. There's no need to run defog if you're clicking all offense.
Even if you're like sacking a Pokemon to get defog off, though, like it's still a net neutral because you just sacked a Masquerade turn 1 to get Sticky Webs up, you know?
I mean, it just depends on what you're able to bring in afterwards. Because if you're forced to bring in something with defog that can't punish what you're setting up on, then maybe it's a win-win. Sure, you lose your Sticky Web and lose Masquerade, but if you have something like, I don't know if Melmetal gets like a Swords Dance or something, but if you're able to do something with that, or maybe set up an additional Meteor Beam on Heligo or Shell Smash on Poltergeist, maybe it's worth something. I think it's just whatever margins it brings, right? Like there's going to be some breakpoint that it becomes useful, and it's just about finding what that is.
How did they do last season? I wasn't here for that.
Missed playoffs.
They did good.
I believe.
No, I think they made playoffs. I could be wrong.
No, it was Docta, Cole, and Andy.
Okay.
Don't remember which of the who lost.
Anyway, I think
Andy didn't make playoffs.
The removal is also pretty suspect. Like they got Lano T, but you don't ever want to run defog on Lano T because
there's a lot of defensive Lano T sets.
I don't know, man. Yeah. It's still, even if you're running defensive Lano T, you still don't really want to use the move slot on defog because you're also running Stealth Rocks on it, and it's just kind of a waste.
He's got enough rockets to not run. Well, actually, he's got.
Not really. He's got the Heligo,
which
isn't the great rock. Like he's running Stealth Rocks on Lano T every single week, I think.
So it'd be what? Rocks, defog,
like U-turn, Earthquake. It's just like it's just not great. Like you don't want to run defog on it. And then like
I know
Rotom
there's a lot of stuff
Frost,
in
but
OU.
he's not always bring Rotom Frost, and
Yeah,
also
Rotom Frost. Yeah, not good.
yeah,
A
he's
Dragonite with heavy duty boots is actually not that bad of a debuff.
yeah, I guess it's
I
just.
just don't even know what Dragonite does, to be honest. Like, on this team, I don't think it's good.
I mean, it sets up, but again, like he already has setup, and he already has like things that just kind of bulky like offensive things. So
I think on this team, the Dragonite's more of like a wall to each.
yeah,
It might be.
Because Dragonite's not that good of a setup one.
he
I don't think it
also
gets.
I don't like Dragonite with Lando T, just because you're already gonna have ice coverage for Lando T. You
Oh, yeah,
know,
that's true.
Yeah.
like he is ice weak in general. Like he's also got the Zarude that's ice weak. Or I mean, he has his resist, but it's just like a lot of Pokemon are gonna be bringing ice moves against Pandii, so I don't know. Um, yeah, he's got a lot of like ground weak too. Like he has his resist too, but it's just like a polarizing move that teams are gonna be bringing against him. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just like the speed is really bad, and I don't like the defense either because it's just not really there. And removal is bad, and the hazards are a little limited. So I just like like the more I looked at it, the more I just kind of was like down on it. So I gave it a 5.5.
Yeah, I mean, I
Seems
just thought
fair.
the offense was really good, but I can understand it, yeah.
Okay,
I guess kitchen foods.
That's the last one.
is it? Oh shit,
Yep.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Final one.
It's been like 2 hours.
Yeah, it has been 2 hours.
Oh my gosh. All right. Ksch Foods, great speed, amazing speed. I really like not only is their speed really high, like they got the Mega Beedrill, but then they drop down from 145 to 135 with what's it called? Megametric. And then they drop down to 125 with Weevil, and then they drop down to 105 with Mienshao. So it's like not only is it really good, but it's really spread out.
Okay, I just want to say he's never going to run Manectric on that team. His Beedrill's always better in every single situation.
I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, I
It
forgot.
depends on the steals, though, right?
No,
If
it
you're
definitely
What?
matters. Like teams have electric weaknesses.
right,
Manectric can't do anything except for click electric moves.
It depends. Like I think
it gets overheat.
I think
Yeah,
it
that's it.
works.
Like, well, I mean, overheat's like the base one. I guess he's got overheat, but still.
Flamethrower too. I think it
Yeah.
I don't know. I think sometimes like a team might have a really good physical wall that or a couple physical walls that wall Beedrill, and so you just rather run Mega Manetric. You can
This
also
is a
still
team
set
that
up
would have.
like T spikes with Beedrill, even if you know what I mean?
What?
Like you can
No, if
use
you're
it
gonna
as a
set T
suicide.
spikes,
But you can't run Beedrill and Manectric on the same team.
you can. They just have to hold the Megastone.
Yeah, you just can't Mega
But if you're
Evolve.
doing that, you bring a Nidoking instead with T spikes.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean,
There's never.
regular Beedrill, Megalo.
Yeah.
Regular
I mean,
Manetric is also usable, but it's not good. So
I would have loved to see like Magneton or something with Magnet Pull, just to try and ease up on the Steel type Beedrill.
Beedrill gets Drill Run. It's not completely useless.
Yeah, dude, Drill Run's not gonna do anything to a Steel type, and it's just gonna get one shot by Stone Edge.
Oh, also they
Yeah.
do have Magnapole, Greg. What are you talking about?
I do? Oh, go
Oh, it does? Wait, it actually gets that? No
Yeah.
way.
That's why they drafted it.
Oh, that's so
What?
funny, actually.
I
It
thought it
actually
was just
kills
like
it, too.
Galvanize or whatever it is.
Oh my god. Yeah, it actually.
Oh, okay. Wow, wait, that's so much better. All right, okay, my bad, my bad.
Uh, what a troll.
Yeah, no. Like, it's good. I really like their setup. Like, Volcarona plus Flygon. That's a really cool setup core.
Flygon is not a good setup, man. Volcarona is, though.
Volcarona is definitely
Volcarona's
good.
great, but, like, I don't know. I think Flygon, you could surprise teams some week with it.
I don't know.
I just
think
like
it's
how,
just
like,
better as a Scarf.
different Volcarona and Flygon are.
I would rather run setup Klefki than Flygon.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, Klefki's got Iron Defense and Combat.
Okay. You know what? I do love Klefki though. I wanted to use it at some point, but it never fit my team.
Throw it back to Spiker.
Oh yeah. No, I use it in VGC. It's pretty fun.
Oh, yeah,
Man,
it's
I
better there.
really wish they could somehow bring Mega Metric and Mega Beedrill, because like their pivots are really good. They can just like volt switch you, turn around. Like they got Mienshao, and they got Tangrowth as like a regen core, and Mienshao can pivot.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know. I think Bijo's. I don't think he should have Mienshao. I think Bijo's just better than Mienshao in every single way. It just does the same thing as Mienshao, but better.
I
It
don't
does never
think
generator,
so.
and
You can run like Mienshao as like semi-defensive, with Regenerator and just like a thing to
That's
hit
still
hard.
kind of. It's still kind of weak. I don't know.
I like Mienshao.
Bijo's.
I think it's good. Um, what else? His defense is fine, but like it's a little predictable. I think he could use just like one more option, you know?
something that you can run.
Also,
Yeah.
super knockoff weak because he's relying a lot on leftovers.
Uh, maybe on like Nidoquo and
Oh, I was talking
Klefki.
about
No.
Klefki and Tapu Fini.
Yeah, okay,
Like,
I
those,
agree
Yeah.
those
actually.
things get rolled by knockoff.
But yeah, it's like you know he's bringing the Finny and Tangrowth, so like you run coverage for those.
Yeah, poison type, easy.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he does have the Klefki and Nidoqueen to balance it out a little bit, but it's
Well,
just
Nido King would be so good against this team.
I mean, you just splash Sludge Bomb on something, and you're fine. On a couple of things, get it, or like Poison Jab or something if you really need.
Klefki is nice too, especially with Volcarona. You can set up the screens.
Set up the screens on the
Greens
default.
and spikes as well. It has.
Yeah.
He
I
doesn't
like its
have. Go ahead.
I like Prankster T Wave as well.
Yeah.
Just kill speed there.
Yeah. He doesn't really have the best hazards, like, besides Klefki. Like, his only
Feel like
other option is
Nido's.
Nidoqueen. Yeah, but, like, you're always not bringing Nidoqueen, and I don't know.
I feel like Nidoqueen's one you bring every week.
I think so too.
Ooh, I don't know.
And Beedrill also gets T-Spikes too.
Yeah, but if you're bringing Beedrill, I don't know if you really want to do that. I think you'd rather just click an attacking move and say, try and eat this, you know?
I guess he's got Golem. I don't know. I just would have liked at least, like, one regular Mon that could just, like, reliably get up rocks or something.
Alright, they got, I guess so. I don't know. That is Nidoqueen for me. Like, it's a good defenses, good typing. It's gonna force a switch. It's usually gonna get rocks off.
Yeah, okay. I can see it. He's not really Rocks weak overall, but he does have three big Rocks weaknesses: Weevil, Volcarona, and Beedrill.
Yeah, and Beedrill's a big one.
Yeah,
Beedrill
they're
gets
all
the
big
boots.
ones. Yeah.
I mean, Volcarona gets the boots, so it's not so
Yeah, I think you're running boots on Volcarona every time, right?
yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
Weavile doesn't
you
want
are.
to burn the boots, so Weavile wants like
Yeah,
life orb.
yeah.
Life
Like
orb,
you
yeah.
want to, but his removal's like all right. Well, no, it's pretty good. Like he's got Finny, Klefki can run
Klefki.
Big Frog. You don't really want to though. I don't know. It's fine. Yeah, only one reliable recovery. I think I mentioned that.
Yeah. I would consider Regenerate to be reliable though.
Another team that's weak to Ghost.
Aegislash looking like a better pick every day.
Shoot. I was gonna pick Aegislash, and then or yeah, you got it on the wheel. Cause like I was gonna pick
Wheel?
Zapdos and then Aegislash, and I guess I should have well, no, cause don't guess Zapdos probably would have got taken by someone. So.
By me.
Oh, you would have took Zapdos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I don't
think
regret
so.
it then.
I would have considered it at the very least. It's something I haven't used before.
I don't know. This team, it's kind of just not the most threatening, and defense could be better. It's solid though.
I think it's a very solid team. I think against with good conditions, Mega Beedrill will just run wild.
Yeah. Dude, I just wish they didn't have double mega. Like,
And Manectric is never gonna come up. It's like it's not a good Pokemon.
I mean, I
It's a
still
top
think it's
11 mega.
fine.
Come on, guys.
And it's not anymore, but I think it's still good. But yeah, I Mega Beedrill is
Wait.
better.
At least with this mega thing, like their mega pair, they do different things. Like one's physical, one's special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still both fast revenge killer pivots.
But it's not like Oz's team where it's like it's a whole different team build depending on what Mega you pick. Like you want to bring both Mega Manectric and Mega Beedrill. Like they actually synergize really well together, I think.
They both get walled by ground types.
True.
Okay, but at least Mega Manectric breaks through the steel types.
Yeah. Well, not, dude. Come on.
Flamethrower breaks steels? What do you mean? Overheat?
I don't. You don't. You know, most of the time when you're on a steel, you don't want to flamethrower overheat because you're just gonna get one shot by the earthquake. Well, I guess you get to
They
intimidate.
don't always have earthquake. I don't know, dude.
Kind of G's. I don't know.
No one's used Mega Manectric more than me. I should know.
The Mega Manectric Master.
Yep, that's what they call me.
When you look at when I'm looking at some of the steel types that are picked, flamethrower is not a bad option to some of them.
Yeah, like
Got it.
Kartana.
Kartana, Durant.
Aggie Slash.
Yeah.
I'll eat that up in shield form. Don't worry. I'll run special that week.
Easy. Run weakness policy special.
Yep.
All right. We have 6.5. Are we done?
All right, we're done.
Oh my god, that was so long.
I know,
Over
2
2
hours.
hours.
Why did it take so long?
Thanks for listening. In conclusion, Ryan should get a little Marowak, and that is all I have to say.
In conclusion, Oz is going to be Ben.
I would find that to be quite amusing.